doing it because I want to take long showers with you assholes.
Ain't you them kids that have been quacking off in my tool shed?
By a bunch of fargan ice holes like yourselves.
Yeah, well, listen, you ought to ditch the geeks in the car with now and get in with us, but that's all right. We'll worry about that later.
Oh, my God. There's 100 morons in my basement.
It's you, Larry.
Lollygaggers. Diamond dogs have struck again.
Real prick.
No, they could be a lot worse.
Why did you kiss my ear? Why are you holding my hand? Where's your other hand? Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
4 of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas looking for strippers and cocaine.
1, 2, 3, Benchwarmers!
Live from Scott's parents' basement, this is the Basement Benchwarmers Podcast.
Monday night, the Basement Benchwarmers Podcast. Before a long weekend coming up, I would say got a long weekend coming up, a 4-day weekend for most, with Thanksgiving upon us. The start of the holiday season begins. I believe we'd say that, with football and turkey on Thursday, right?
That and getting fat.
Yeah. So everybody's here tonight except for Ed is hunting, and Glenn is not joining us. He's hunting also. Not together. Maybe they are. I don't know. Between two pillows. I don't know. Maybe.
Those aren't pillows.
So Ed's hunting. He's up catching us some beef sticks. And catching, I don't think that's the right word.
Does he set a trap for him or something?
I don't know. And then and Glenn too. Glenn brought us beef sticks too. So they both bring us beef sticks.
There you go.
Actually, didn't Glenn bring the salami?
Glenn brought all kinds of sausage last year.
Glenn,
I don't think Ed brings shit. He doesn't bring
he
it.
brought the sticks for us.
Did he bring sticks?
But Glenn brought the jalapeno cheese sausage. That was incredible.
Glenn was my best friend last year in December. He brought some good food. So
how we start every week, how we start every show out. How was your weekend? And Jake's here with us, sitting in for Ed. He looks he's got more hair than Ed. That's about it. Only difference. So let's start about how everybody's weekend. We'll start with the veterans first. Eric, how was your weekend?
My weekend was good. We're actually getting started on getting fat tonight because we have crumble cookies. Willie insists on bringing the damn crumble cookies, which it's a love-hate. They're so good. We have the, what was the gooey one? The caramel.
Salted caramel cheesecake.
Jeez. I mean, the thing, you should have seen Scott eating it. It was like a porno. It was incredible.
Very creamy.
You look like George Costanza eating a sundae at the U.S. Open.
And we're going to save the pumpkin one for last, so that'll be our little Thanksgiving celebration. But
call.
Yeah, I had a good weekend. Not too much to report. Some family time, some good times with friends, seeing you guys. Scott's parents' 50th anniversary party was a lot of fun at the boathouse. Great salmon. That's salmon. Anybody else have the salmon?
I had the tacos.
Yeah.
Delicious. Yeah. So shout out
to the boathouse.
To the boathouse and Mary Radigan.
Yes, is the chef
great
there?
Chef. So
new owner Jack Peterson.
Not Jock, but Jack Peterson.
And Kathy, who runs his banquets, did a great job. Helped us out.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So
parties.
Great overall experience. So
yes, it was.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Good times.
Good times.
Thanks for inviting me.
Cupcakes by the Cupcakery.
Oh yeah, those were great too.
Yeah, I really like the cupcakes.
The pistachio one. Somebody told me to take a roadie. Was that you?
Yeah.
Take a roadie of the pistachio one. I did. Yeah, it was great. I'm glad I did that. Yeah. But again, the weight is starting to. I'm going to be wrestling in an upper class pretty soon.
Can't wait to see
with Ed. With Ed, not him.
Willie, how was your weekend?
Good. And just to tag on to the party there, the help was very attentive there. I mean, you had an empty drink there. Come out. Hey, you ready for another one?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm like, sure. Why not?
Yeah. Great job they did. Jace, how was your weekend?
It was good. Had the 50th anniversary party for my grandparents. Turned out good.
We got to see the pictures.
Yeah, the pictures turned out nice. Are they on Facebook yet?
Yeah, they're online. Yep. On the invite, you'll see them. In the invite, you can see all the pictures. They're posted today.
Look later.
Yep. Bear game yesterday. That was how that went. We'll have some more on that later in the show. But yep. So put some more Christmas stuff up. But yeah,
that's right. You're doing quite the job out there, Russ.
Are you doing the majority of the work this year?
We half and half.
Half
probably.
and half. Yeah. I put some more of the projectors up today, but we did the giant 13-foot tall light up tree out there the other day.
Well, when I pulled in today and started walking towards the door, I pictured the Pleasant Prairie power plant going. The auxiliary, like in Christmas Vacation.
Just watched that the other night. Caught the end.
Did you watch it already?
It was on last night.
Is that what she sings it? No.
Yeah.
She sings it at the end?
Yeah.
National anthem? No.
Yeah.
Well, she sings the national anthem when
And then
she's
they do
supposed to be
pledge.
doing Grace.
Yeah.
Grace.
So, yeah.
She passed away years ago.
We caught that. We caught the last 10 minutes, and it's still funny. Look at Tom Brady sprinting. He spiked him like he was running
at him.
bases.
That is one fired up old dude right there.
Wow, he spiked him. He was cleats up like Ty Cobb
He
there.
was. He was. Let's
Wow.
watch this again.
You know what? I hate to say this. I'm a fan of Tom Brady, which everyone knows, but this should be a personal foul on him. It should be.
Can you not spike guys like that?
Well, they're taught to let up. He's letting up, trying to help him. He could have hurt that dude.
Yep.
Wow. I don't think he did it on purpose.
Wasn't as bad as LeBron.
Maybe he did. I don't know. He's kind of a psycho. So
that avocado tequila.
yeah. So this weekend was basically for me same thing, party and then football game. So usual weekend.
Party.
Kind of
Party and football games. That's what Scott does.
Yeah, party and football games. That's it. So tonight we'll talk a little bit about a few things. Usual good, bad, and the ugly we have. Also, the Bucks have won a few games here since last week. Looked a little better. We're getting Middleton back. Also, LeBron James is in a scuffle this past weekend, and Michigan Ohio State means something again. That should be interesting. We'll talk about that more in a bit. But let's start out with our Jace's sports reporter minute. What do you want to call it? What do you got this week, Jace, or this past week in sports headlines?
So starting off last week on Tuesday, two Duke players were charged with aiding and abetting a DUI per the News and Observer. Teammates Michael Severino and Mike, how do you say?
Krzyzewski.
Yeah, that's Coach K's grandson was arrested and charged with DUI also. So we'll see how that goes over. And last week on Monday Night Football, Matthew Stafford's wife, Kelly Stafford, chucked a pretzel at a 49er fan who was heckling her, and she came out and apologized, calling it a weak moment. Last week, Chris Middleton passed Ray Allen for all-time three-pointers made in Bucks history. The Lakers now officially have the worst point differential in the third quarters this season, minus 101. And LeBron James has been suspended for one game after making a violent punch-like motion after making contact with Isaiah Stewart, who was suspended one game for his role in the large scuffle created after that. He was suspended 2 games. And Sacramento Kings have fired head coach Luke Walton. After past few games, there have been chants, fire Luke Walton in the stadium.
If that works, maybe this week. Maybe Nagy's fired. I don't know. That was what's going on this weekend. So,
the Florida Gators have fired head coach Dan Mullins after they have had a rough past 2 seasons, and this year it's not looking as good either. DeMar DeRozan has broke Michael Jordan's record for most points in his first 16 games as a Bull. It was announced that Michael Porter Jr. has serious nerve damage in his back and could be done for the year just after signing his 4-year, $250 million max deal. And Justin Verlander and the Astros agreed to a 1-year, $30 million deal, and Noah Syndergaard signed a 1-year, $21 million deal with the Angels. And Juwan Howard has been extended through the 25-26 season for Michigan.
okay,
That's great.
so let's talk a little about the scuffle in the
Of all those things, that's what you want to talk about.
Well, let's start with LeBron and his scuffle. When I first saw the replay, I didn't think it was that big deal. When we watched it again, I don't know. Did he mean to do it like that, violent? I don't know. Maybe he did. What I get the feeling, though, with the guy going after him, I guess he was upset. Isaiah Stewart, correct, is his name?
Yeah.
Yep.
He gets 2 games, and I believe his 2 games were for chasing him around the court a little bit. That part was too much. But it's funny. I wonder if he is not liked as much as some people outside basketball don't like LeBron. I wonder if he's just not respected as much as a marquee player should be respected. I mean, I know he did. I understand, but you think they would like, okay, yeah, I get it, you know. And I did hear LeBron got his phone, tried to get his phone number to reach out to him and apologize and all that. So we'll see what nothing will come of it, I'm sure. But yeah, some of that for one game. Obviously, first suspension he served in his career.
Nope, second time.
No, he's had one before.
Oh, did he? I thought I said the first one I read today.
This was the second time they said on the radio today.
Okay. So LeBron suspended. You'll miss next game. It doesn't matter because they can't win with them either, the Lakers, right now. That's another thing I saw today with the hot seat in the NBA. There's a couple coaches out there talking about Houston's head coach and also Casey of the Pistons. But those names are obvious names on the list because they just aren't good teams. But the one that popped up is Frank Vogel on the hot seat right now. He could be fired, and it pretty much he'll be fired when LeBron says he should be fired.
Right.
That's how it's going. It's nobody else is going to make that call. Except for LeBron. And they'll bring Tyronn Lue in. And
Is he the assistant coach?
no, he's
Jason Kidd is. Isn't
yeah.
he? No, Kidd got a head coaching
But
job.
Tyronn Lue, he's a head coach.
Isn't he the Clippers?
Clippers. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a Clippers
Yeah,
head
yeah,
coach.
so-
Yeah, and Kidd got a head coaching job, right?
Did he?
Because he was with the Lakers.
I
as
think
an
he's still
assistant.
on the Lakers.
No, he got off. He didn't want to take the job. He said no, took his name out of the running for a job.
So maybe he's next in line. And
Yeah.
I think LeBron and him are boys.
yeah.
I think it was who's Philly's coach? Oh no, they have the same, right?
Well, Luke Walton's available.
Yeah, Luke Walton's available. And he
Do you-
was a Laker coach, remember?
Do you remember Luke Walton? Do you remember with the season where the Warriors started out 24-0 and then they actually lost at the Bradley Center, the 24-1? Kerr was not the coach.
Luke Walton was.
Luke Walton was filling it because Kerr went out. He had some surgery, back
bad-
surgery.
They
or
had
something.
bad back for
Yep,
a few
bad
months.
back.
Yeah.
So Luke Walton coached 24-0 team, and he hasn't really been the same since.
Didn't he win a championship with those guys?
No.
Or did he lose?
Well, he would have been the assistant coach.
Yeah.
No, that was the year they lost.
Was that the year they lost?
Yeah, because that was the year that they broke the record for wins in a
They
season.
broke the Bulls record, and then they didn't
But
win.
then they
lost
didn't
to the Cavs.
didn't capitalize.
So
Lost
they
to the Cavs.
weren't the Bulls.
They were not. No, the Bulls have the best season ever.
Ever, yeah.
Yeah. Because they not only that, the Bulls basically only lost 1 or 2 games in the whole playoffs. And the Warriors lost a lot. And they obviously they lost the championship, so it's a moot point, but they lost a bunch of games in those playoffs.
Okay.
Hey, back to LeBron there. He's going to miss a check about $284,000. Anywhere to guess about Stewart?
Stewart's about
28.
$7,000.
28,000.
Higher.
87.
Nope.
14.
Lower.
14.
Nope.
57.
If we're on cliffhanger
Lower.
right now, Price Right would be
Lower.
getting killed. Lower than what?
Can I phone a friend?
57, he said.
48.
Ooh, really
32.
close.
47.
Really close.
Jinx,
Really
buy me a
close.
Coke.
46, 45, 43.
45.
$45,000.
$45,000.
$45,000 for a guy that is a role player.
And I wonder
Wow, that's
what
good. It's a
that
good
what
job,
that
man.
equates to
Good
there.
for him.
If you can get it.
45 times 83. 45,000 times 83. That's his salary.
Yep.
Or 82. I'm sorry, 82.
I would like to add to that they were making announcements in the stadium when it was all going on. Fans to stay in their seat, do not run on the court, and do not throw things so they don't create another malice at the palace.
Wouldn't that have been amazing if that would have happened like a few months after that got released? It would have been.
Yeah, because last week was the anniversary of it.
Well, if Stafford's wife was there, she would have threw a pretzel.
She was only upset because she missed the guy, I think.
Folsom would have been there. He threw a hot dog.
She didn't apologize to, yeah.
OBJ didn't catch it or what?
No. So let's go to the good, bad, and the ugly. Let's start out with the. Let's go with the good. Let's go the other way today. No. The good. Let's start with the good. And Willie, you are first. Who is your good?
My good is Mr. Jack Fox. He's the punter for the Detroit Lions. He's like one of the few bright spots that they have this year. So he reached his 100th career NFL punt on Sunday.
Just in one game.
So far, he's averaged 49 gross yards and 43.9 net yards through his first 100 attempts. Both of these marks are the highest an NFL punter has had through 100 career punts.
Oh.
So it's pretty impressive.
That's pretty good. 43-yard average is pretty good.
Yeah.
43-some in NFL
43
is really
net,
good.
yeah.
Because remember, you're losing yards on those shorter punts
Yep.
when you dump them in and stuff, and that's being accurate, too, because you get them inside 20 and stuff, too. That's pretty good. Eric.
I think the Ohio State punter averaged 50 yards a punt because he only had one in that game. There's so many obvious ones, and I think for me the good was seeing a video of Tiger Woods hitting golf balls this weekend. Actually standing up, he still had kind of looked like a brace on his one leg, but he's on the range hitting balls. So hopefully that comeback is coming soon. So that's my good.
I'm going to go with Penn State guard Jelani Williams playing his first collegiate game after tearing his ACL 3 times and missing last year due to COVID.
Okay. I'm gonna go with 2 guys, combined them. They combined for, I can't remember, I didn't write the yards down. I'm guessing they combined for over almost 300 yards total yards, 250, and 9 touchdowns. I'm going to go with Jonathan Taylor and Austin Eckler. 2 backs had very good games and two pretty big wins for their teams. Put them in playoff hunt, or keep the Chargers within range of the Chiefs, who are playing better football, and also make the Colts look like Colts are like the Vikings to me. They're just a team that lost a few games at the beginning. If they could have won those games, but the Colts, I think, are in a better position probably. Well, the Vikings can make the playoffs too. There's a chance in the NFC, but they could still win that division. The Colts, you never know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So let's move on to the.
Well, I got a little stat on that. Real quick.
Go ahead.
So Austin Eckler had 4 touchdowns, and for the Chargers, and Jonathan Taylor had 5 for the Colts. This is the 7th time since 1950 that multiple players scored 4+ touchdowns on the same day. The last time it happened was 2007, when 2 wide receivers did it. You guys want to make any guesses?
Randy Moss, one of them.
One of them.
And
Justin
T.O.
Jefferson.
What's that?
Randy Moss and T.O.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got it. Bing, ding, 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 ding.
I could have
High
swore.
five.
Yeah.
Air high five.
I could have swore there was a game where with the Chargers where LT and his backup each had 4 touchdowns.
That would have been 8 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's 57 points.
Yeah.
56.
What year did you say though?
It was 2007.
Oh, it's probably before that.
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
It's a stout. Yeah.
On the same team?
Same team, yeah. It was LT and then it was
Darren Sproles?
Sproles.
Was it really?
I think maybe it was 3 each, but I 4 for some reasons in my head.
Hey,
but,
stat boy, look that up.
yeah, look that up, stat guy.
Okay, so let's go with the bad.
guy.
Let's go with the bad. Willie, you start the bad.
Here's my bad. OSU 56, MSU 7. Need I say more? 49-0 at half. That's how bad Michigan State was. But, who was it, Tucker, their coach? He took it in stride. He goes, we all have to own this. But
he's about to sign a $9 million extension. That might have lost. That number might have got turned over or dropped down a little bit.
A little bit, right?
After that loss, I think they offered it to him and he didn't take it at first. I was on the radio today and they made a comment like, well, he probably should have signed it when he had a chance. So I don't know if he was trying to play hardball. Mel Tucker getting a $90 million contract. Just sign it. Come on, just sign it.
Yeah.
Be done. It's ridiculous. So go ahead, Eric.
Well, I was going to take that, but now I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. We just heard what Jonathan Taylor did to them, and he didn't try to run around the Buffalo Bills. He ran through them, basically. So for a team that we were talking about, going to the Super Bowl a few weeks ago, they've had some stinkers.
I got the Bills and Titans. That's my bad. Titans, actually, the loss to the Colts is a bad loss, but losing to the Houston Texans is is not good.
Yeah.
And Tannehill throwing 4 interceptions. Derrick Henry not being there showed out a little more this week.
For the first time, really, because
Yeah.
they've been playing pretty well.
So, that's my bad. Bills, Titans,
That's a good
2
one.
teams that could still be the 1 and 2 seed in the NFC, in the AFC. So that still could happen. But right now, just this week, they're the bad. Jace, bad.
Bears coaching. It just wasn't good. That's really all I can say to it. Their defense struggled, I guess, but just stupid play calls all around. As friend of the show, Bob Lorenzo says, they like to call Bearcat a lot. But
that was actually Andy that said that.
Oh, that was Andy?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just a lot of dumb and questionable play calls.
Well, that defense had been tired. They were on the field for 39 minutes.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were. So you're ugly.
My ugly is what one of your bad was, but here's my take on it. The Titans lose to the Texans to reclaim their underdog status heading into New England. Right?
Yeah.
But this is the first time they had over 100 yards rushing for the first time without Derrick Henry. They had 103 yards rushing.
Yeah.
The offense put up 420 yards, and yet 5 turnovers.
Yep.
And then 2 turnovers and downs on top of that.
Yeah.
So,
well, I guess the Titans get a bit of a pass because they did have a rough stretch of a schedule where they won like 5 or 6.
They won
games
6 playoff teams.
Then they lose to possibly the worst team in football. That's
right.
Just, football. NFL is just
Makes
weird,
no
man.
sense.
It's a week to week thing. You
We were
gotta
talking
be
about
sharp.
that, yeah.
You can't take weeks off. You
It's
just can't.
bizarre. Parody is one thing, but this is bizarre parody.
Bizarro parody.
Bizarro, absolutely.
Ugly.
My ugly was my bad, I think, last week or the week before, and it's the injuries in the NFL. Now it's just, every week, my team loses another stud player in Jenkins. Fields is now out for a couple weeks. It's just, looking at some of these backups play on these teams, like and I know Lamar was out because he was sick, but like, I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch these guys.
I think you brought that all on Lamar, to be honest.
I think
Don't
I
you
did.
think
That
so,
was the karma
Scott?
train because he has not. I should have traded for Jalen Hurts instead of Lamar Jackson.
Should have traded for Ben Roethlisberger and offered him to because he had a great game last night. 3 touchdowns.
I traded Roethlisberger.
Oh, you traded Roethlisberger,
Yeah.
so you screwed up. You had
exactly.
him.
I had him.
I offered you Mac Jones.
I know. I should have taken him at this point. That's a good football team right now. The Patriots.
I'm gonna add on to what Jay said. I'm just gonna say the whole Bears organization is ugly, from top to bottom. Yesterday, like I said, coaching wasn't really play calling to me, but it was the whole point. Yeah,
Yep.
it was the whole point of their wasted timeouts, lack of know how to use timeouts, and then cost them in the end. And you just saw they got out coached in the last 2 minutes of a football game, basically, and just showed you a better prepared team. You look at guys like the guy that started for Baltimore yesterday. You look at Colt McCoy. You look at all these quarterbacks out there that are playing for their teams. And now, difference is Baltimore is and I'm not going to say they're a better. To be honest, yesterday they weren't a better personnel team than the Bears, I don't think, on the field. Maybe a little better defensively. Offensively, they weren't. But Arizona's a good team. But still, they put Colt McCoy out there, and he did have a rough game last week, but there's 2 games in between. He's played pretty well. Yesterday, he had a really good game. So this has to eventually come down to coaching and just how the roster's made up. And you look at Justin Herbert, great. We think Justin Herbert's a good quarterback. He had a great game last night. But you look at the guy. He's got Keenan Allen. He's got Mike Williams. He's got Jared Cook. He's got Eckler behind him. And no knock on David Montgomery, but these rosters are made up differently. They have players that can play, and the Bears lose Allen Robinson, which I didn't think he was having a great year anyway, but Darnell Mooney is their number one, and Darnell Mooney, I have no knock on him. He's not a number 1 receiver in the NFL. He's a slot guy. That's what he is, and that's a problem. They're throwing guys like Goodwin, who the ex-49er, and then the other guy they had out there, I can't remember, and then they actually had the kick return they traded for playing receiver a little bit, which is fine. But and then Cole Kmet was non-existent yesterday. Non-existent.
And we thought he was going to be good this year.
He had 3 or 4 nice games. He was building up yesterday. I don't know if it was offensive scheme. I don't know. But Jimmy Graham caught 3 balls. Why is Jimmy Graham? Unless Cole Kmet just don't know what he's doing. But he play ahead. So I don't know what's going on. It's just not good. And I will say this right now. There's been reports today that the Bears players are done with Nagy.
They checked out.
Yeah. And I believe that if they lose Thursday, which I have said for 3 weeks, they're going to lose Thursday in Detroit. Matt Nagy will be fired before the weekend.
Yeah,
there
been
is
hearing
no
that
way.
all day.
It doesn't
matter.
Yep. Oh yeah. So I'll just tell you right now, he will be fired, and
bench warmers hot.
And I've never thought he'd be fired mid-season because firing me coaching mid-season makes no sense. But because the guy that's going to take his place is going to be the coach next year anyway. It's going to be an interim guy. It doesn't matter if he wins 6. They're going to go out and get different. But
if the players are quitting on him, though, then you got to fire him.
You could just tell it's a bad situation they're putting themselves in it's just the simple. It's easy. It's just But
you're basically saying fire the personnel people, fire the GM.
You got to fire everybody.
It's just they haven't done their job.
Well, Pace had some. Some of the guys he picked, but like the big. It's weird. The roster parts that are like the later round guys, he does pretty good on. It's these first-round picks. He's swinging a miss, man. Be honest, Fields is probably at this point. He's still young. We don't know what's going to happen with him. But he's by far the best pick he's made. But he had to trade up for that pick, too, and lose more stock for that.
Well, and he wasted a pick with Trubisky.
Well, 2 picks he wasted. Khalil Mack was a great pick because the first year I got Khalil Mack, they made a run to the Super Bowl. They made a run to the playoffs. They were a good team. They lost because of a missed field goal. They could have went on. And Mack's been good, but now Mack's out. Although Robert Quinn's playing really well now, but that doesn't matter now. You're. It's just a mess. They got rid of Kyle Fuller for some odd reason. They almost did what they did to the Packers. Did the lineman they cut under 1 year contract? What was his name?
Sitton.
They cut
which you guys had.
They cut Sitton last year's deal. And they cut Kyle Fuller in last year's deal. Or they traded him.
Was he a locker room problem?
I don't know, but he was a good cornerback.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's he now? He's in Denver.
Yeah, he actually lost his starting job in Denver, so he was benched. So I don't know what's going on, but whatever. So. I don't know. I just think from top to bottom, that's the ugly. It's just not good. And I always it's your team, so you get better for that dollar, but it's just hard to watch. To watch a team come in with a guy that didn't know he's starting till probably 8 o'clock that morning, 9 o'clock that morning, his first NFL start, and they allow him to run the ball too much, and their defense is banged up. They're missing Hicks, they're missing Mack. I get it, but I don't know. It's just what I'm trying to get at is that they're missing guys. A lot of teams are missing guys. Look at the Buccaneers. They just said they started 8 different cornerbacks this year. or defensive backs, like a league record. But you know what? They're still competitive. They still go out and play defense. They're not as good with the guys missing, but they're still competitive because they have a roster depth. That's a problem right now. I mean, so we'll see. But so another thing I want to ask you guys about. Well, let's talk about this. Something close to Willie. What he's going to want to probably be watching this weekend. Like I said earlier, Michigan-Ohio State has become relevant this week again, and it's a big game. And I have to believe that Jim Harbaugh, probably 3-4 weeks ago, was like looking, okay, we're gonna get a chance to play his team, and he's probably watching this thing, in his head, okay, they're good, but then after these last 2 weeks, Ohio State, do you think Jim Harbaugh's going, oh crap, here we go, and obviously coaches don't do that, but do you think that? I actually think where's the game?
It's Ann Arbor.
Okay,
yeah, Ann Arbor's a horror.
I like Michigan this week. I really, really do. I think it's Jim Harbaugh has to do everything he can in his power to win this game. He has to pull out all the stops, and he's got to take a chance and win this game. And they have to. This is it. This is his game that he can become the star of Michigan.
Get the monkey
again.
off his back.
Yeah, and it's not just him. They've had all the coaches have had bad trouble with Michigan, with Ohio State over the years, not just him.
Right.
But it's just bad. So what do you guys think about Michigan, Ohio State? I mean, Ohio State's playing really well right now. I mean, they look like a national championship team right now. Georgia would be a great. I like to see that'd be a great game, Georgia and them. But we'll talk about it, I'm sure, later. I think
the big difference this year for Michigan is not going to have Don Brown as their defensive coordinator. When he first came in the league, nobody was doing what he was doing, and nobody could figure it out. Except for, I guess, Ohio State right here. But nobody else could. But that's just having good athletes and good, Michigan, their defensive backs were slow, so what they would do is run crossing routes in the middle there, and the Ohio State wide receivers would leave them, behind, and so it was wide open all the time. How many games did you see that they were in it for a while? But they did win that one game when they didn't get the.
That play at the end, the fourth down.
Fourth down. That was.
Yeah.
Do you agree that they got the first down on that?
Yeah, and I think a lot of people did.
Yeah.
That was the game I thought they won.
Right.
But it's too bad Michigan still doesn't have number 12 here. He would fit in pretty well.
he was split the game with
he did
Drew
play
Henson.
with Drew Henson, the $1 million arm. I've been saying all along that I think Michigan's going to win,
and you have.
I've said it since the get go. And I don't know how I don't think I still feel this way, but I think early in the year I said Michigan's going to win the championship.
Right
now I don't. I mean, Georgia seems to be just an uber dominant team. But watching Ohio State play, I don't know. I mean, what did Michigan State had a reputation of being a good defense, didn't they, or no? I was in shock at that game.
I was too. I wasn't even watching it
because Nebraska actually held Ohio State to 26 points, which they were saying that was huge. And Michigan State, I mean, it was 42-0 or 49-0 in the first half.
I think one of the big problems right now is that their quarterback was Stroud.
Yeah, Stroud.
He's got some confidence.
It was 49, right? They scored by halftime?
49 zip.
Yeah. 49 zip.
So
there was no punts.
Nobody scored in the third quarter, and there was 7 points
They couldn't
apiece.
stop them. I mean, it looked like a video game.
Yeah,
it was incredible.
One was like a 77-yard touchdown pass.
The offense that guy's running, Day. I mean, I think he's the offensive guy.
Right,
I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He belongs in the NFL. I think he might be the next Matt Nagy.
This was Ohio State quarterback C.J. Stroud's stats at halftime: 29 for 31, 393 passing yards, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. Ties school single game record.
And
Fifth player.
The Heisman Trophy talk was going on, and then the kid from Alabama said, "Here, hold my beer."
Yeah, he had a big night.
500 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Alabama?
Yeah.
Well, that was a close game.
And they needed all 5 touchdowns, too.
They
That's
did.
the thing.
They needed everything in
so
that.
does his game mean
And
more
these guys
in a
are
Heisman race?
They're both freshmen, aren't they? But the Bama kid and Stroud are both freshmen.
I think Bo Nix is sophomore.
Oh, okay.
Is Bo Nix from is the Alabama? He's the Alabama kid. Okay.
Yeah,
pretty sure
Stroud's a freshman.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
It's incredible.
Where do they keep finding these guys?
But I think that Michigan's due. I think that's the one thing I could say is I just feel like they're due, and they're a good team. They're still a good team. They haven't been playing bad.
And on the flip side, Wisconsin
Yeah.
If they win this weekend at Minnesota, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is always a tough game for them.
Right.
Doesn't matter how good or bad either team is. It's always a good game.
Yeah.
If they win that game, they get to play a winner of that game.
Yeah, this is like we have a Final Four right
So
now.
Wisconsin could be the
This is we have a semifinal this weekend.
Wisconsin
basically.
because the winner of Minnesota goes if they win.
No, I don't think Minnesota goes.
So it's not a Final Four then.
Yeah, it is. No,
it is. Oh, no, it is.
Whoever
You're right.
wins Michigan Ohio State Big Ten championship.
No, but whoever wins the Wisconsin Minnesota game goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Final
so
Four.
it is okay.
Yeah, it is.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's
I
kind of
believe.
cool. That's kind of cool.
So what happens? So whoever wins Michigan Ohio State, who cares? If
Willie cares.
if the Badgers beat,
Minnesota.
or if Minnesota beats Badgers, whoever plays in that Big Ten championship game, if they beat Michigan or Ohio State, could
No.
that drop them out? Or will they-
Yeah, it'll drop out.
I'm not saying if they will the Badgers get in if they
Badgers
win.
can't get in.
Ohio,
not with 3 losses.
The only team that could get in, and this is how it works. This is why people hate the way college football stuff works.
Buckeyes could
Is
get
if
in.
Ohio State gets in and loses to the Wisconsin, Ohio State could still get in. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
And a team like Cincinnati would get kicked out. That's what they would do.
Yeah,
they would add the Big Ten team, and just because where I hate that, I think if you lose and I know it's unfair because like Notre Dame, I get it. Notre Dame would get in sometimes in that they don't have to play an extra game, which you're actually playing. Supposedly, you're playing like Georgia's going to have to play Alabama,
Right.
so that and Georgia could lose that game. They're still going to be in the top 4. It doesn't matter. Georgia is going to win that, can lose that game, and they'll still be number 4. I guarantee, and they should be.
Isn't Notre Dame? I thought Notre Dame since COVID is now playing.
No, last year only Big East.
It was
last
only
year.
then.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
okay.
Now they're
All
back to the independent schedule, which they do play a pretty
Yeah, they always have a
decent
tough schedule.
But like I said, but Georgia is a team that could lose and win. Alabama can't lose that game. They'll go 2 losses. They can't.
Yeah.
But Georgia can lose that game as long. And this week, I think they play some. They don't. I think they have one game this week, but I think.
But there is an SEC championship.
Yeah, so they got to play. Georgia and Alabama will probably be the teams, obviously, and something happens this weekend.
Depend which side of the.
They're opposite.
They're
Yeah.
opposite,
So
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, the predictor came out on Friday, the college football predictor, and if Ohio State wins out, Notre Dame would get that 4th spot, and Ohio State would slide up to 3.
No, we'll see. Because Notre Dame has probably. Oh, they play USC this week. They got their last game.
And they're
so.
down.
Yeah.
I think what's Ohio State or Notre Dame 7th?
They were on the rankings. They're 6 or 7,
6 or
but I don't know
7.
where they are in
They're
the
like right
college
behind
standings, which haven't
Michigan.
come out yet tonight. They haven't come out yet, so we'll talk about that when it comes out probably.
Did they not play Michigan this year? Notre Dame.
No,
So that series is done.
For a while.
they played Wisconsin. I think that was a Big Ten and
Yeah,
Purdue
that's right.
right?
Yes.
And they beat both of them. Who beat Notre Dame? Or Oregon.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
and
their
then
only loss. That's their only loss.
Oregon shit the bed this weekend. Jeez.
They were in their own driver's seat. They were in the Oregon does it all the time.
Yeah.
Oregon, every time they're good, they always have this game. It's like they're like the Badgers.
Badgers do the same
They
thing.
always look so good, and all of a sudden they lose to like Northwestern, and Northwestern's not bad. Now they're a better program, but back in the day, they lose Northwestern or they lose a Rutgers.
Illinois.
Or Illinois. Yeah.
That was the year,
That's
man. That was a
happened.
great team too.
That's happened.
It was 2 years ago,
Yeah,
3 years
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Bucks are up by 41 at halftime. It's
I
close.
saw
It's
that.
tight.
Yeah.
So let's talk about NBA. Bucks. We didn't think we'd be saying this. Well, I guess we could have been, but we have a team in the area that's the number 1 seed right now. But it's not the Bucks. It's the Chicago Bulls who are playing good basketball right now. Billy Donovan, he's becoming that coach almost like. Is he almost going to be like a Popovich type guy? Mm-hmm. That just goes and wins places. Oklahoma City. I mean, I know he had a good team there, but this Bulls team is a good roster, but they're playing really well, and their defense is really good right now. And that's the thing. Their defense was. I mean, I don't know. I like Billy Donovan. I think he's doing a great job. But the Bulls being, obviously, I don't know if they're going to stay there. Whatever, but. What do you think about the NBA overall right now? I still believe that the Warriors are still probably the best team in the league, and it's early. The Bucks look better, like I said, last couple games. But what do you guys think about the NBA right now, and the Bucks, obviously? And what do you guys think?
I'm just looking at the standings right now. So you got Chicago 1, Brooklyn 2. I mean, just overall.
Yeah.
Washington, Miami, Charlotte, and Cleveland. Charlotte, wow.
Yeah.
And Milwaukee's number 7 down there at 9-8, tied with Cleveland, and
It's a three.
Knicks
It's
and
a 3-game cushion that
Celtics
they
and
have.
and the 76ers.
Well, the Ben Simmons thing is just making the Sixers, making them their roster not complete, because he was part of their puzzle, and until they have that piece to go in that spot, if it's not Simmons but a guy they trade for to put there, They're not going to be. They're going to be not that good. Now, if they can get a guy like Kyrie in a trade, but I don't know why the Nets will want Ben Simmons because Ben Simmons is he's not a good shooter. That's the problem. He doesn't have a dimension that. Although I guess if a team can make it work, it might be the Nets because then you take one less shooter out of the game. At least he plays defense and he facilitates the ball. That might be a bonus to them. That might be a help to them instead of having another guy who wants to shoot 20 shots. Right? Ben Simmons would be less selfish with the ball. I think that might be good for them.
And he's a decent rebounder too.
And he's a good defender. He's a solid defender.
Is Simmons under a max deal?
No.
Not yet, I don't think, because I think Embiid got the max deal there.
They didn't sign him yet. They were probably going to sign him
because
this
Embiid
year.
signed.
Yep, Embiid signed.
But Kyrie, that's the thing. Kyrie's contract's got to be pretty decent.
Yeah.
Because they got to go. If they had Kyrie and he would play because he could start playing there.
Yeah, he could play him. Well,
that'd be great for my fantasy team.
The thing is,
I feel like Simmons slows them down, the Nets. But I mean,
it
sounds like something they would do.
Well, they got to do something. I mean, if Kyrie can't play,
well,
both teams are in a situation that doesn't help their teams.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie can't play and Simmons doesn't want to play. Well, if they switch them, then they both can play, right?
Yeah.
Because I think Kyrie could play then because he would be he doesn't have to be vaccinated to play in Brooklyn. He wouldn't be able to go there. I haven't really followed that.
It's what your home team so it's with New York.
But he could play on the road if he wanted.
He could play on the road.
So I got a question for you. If a player like just say someone on the Bucks isn't vaccinated, they go to Brooklyn, they can still play?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah.
No.
No, unvaccinated?
No. Brooklyn and San Francisco, you cannot play.
Just the home team is under that.
I thought
the road team, if they have unvaccinated players, they could still play. It's you representing your home team and being in that building the majority of the time. That's what I thought the rule was.
And that's so dumb.
Yeah. And is it just New York?
It's New York and San Francisco.
Oh, and I would think is Toronto playing in Toronto?
Yep. They don't have any rules up there.
I don't think they have any rules.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Canada's open. Canada's just about as open as
Canada was
America.
so closed last year. It was so ridiculous.
They
wouldn't even let them play.
up.
Yeah, they just opened up.
And they're letting them do that.
The first thing that they really did was allow fans for the Stanley Cup because that was the first time that they traveled through borders.
Okay.
That was the only time that they opened.
So yeah, that's really a weird
So
rule.
who'd you say the other city was?
San Francisco.
Golden State, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's why Wiggins wasn't going to, and he did.
He got vaccinated.
He wasn't going to. And he said it was religious reasons, and they told him, well, too bad.
He's Canadian.
Yeah.
Jeez, this Canadian.
He likes his maple syrup.
Mapletron.
Mapletron.
Do you want more thoughts from me on?
Yeah,
the
Bucks. Yeah.
It's
NBA.
just in general. I mean, in the East. It's a 3. You got a lot of teams right in that 3 game, including the Bucks, and they're winning. They're winning by like 90 right now. Just last week, Philadelphia was like in second place. Now they're in 10th because they lost. I think they lost 7 of their last 10 or something like that. I do think that the Bulls are a good team. I think that Miami's a great team. I don't know what Cleveland's doing sitting there. That just seems odd to me. I think they're going to fall. Obviously, the Bucks and I still think the Celtics actually are playing a little bit better the last couple nights, and they got what's his name back. So I mean, Cleveland. I don't know where they go, Willie. I know that's your team.
Right.
The Wizards too. They're just pretenders, I think, as well. I think they're going to drop out of that, but I think the cream will rise back up to the top. Chicago might be in that grouping. They might be like a 3 or 4 seed at the end of this year. I think
they could be a 2.
They possibly could.
The way
Ball is playing really well. DeRozan's having an incredible start. What was the stat? Did you read that at the?
Yeah, he broke Michael Jordan's record of most points by a Bull in first 16 games as a Bull. 426 over Michael Jordan's 425.
And Lonzo Ball learned how to shoot now. I mean, it's a solid team. I still think maybe the 3 or 4 seed.
Fun fact about the Bulls, actually, they had their first win last week in Denver for the first time since 2006.
I have a fun fact for you guys. Going back to, Matt Nagy has 0-4 out of buys since he's been the Bears coach. But guess, this is the weirdest stat ever. Fun fact about it is that, in the same time period, guess what other team is 0-4 after buys?
Packers?
Yes. It's the most incredible stat I've probably seen all week.
Yeah, I think I knew that for some reason.
Yeah, because they were talking about the rest of the schedule, how if they would have beat the Ravens, how the teams they play, they must play Packers at their bye, thinking they could beat them, which I thought was funny. But they were just going through the games, and they showed out each team's deficiency they were playing, and that was just came out. Packers are 0-4 after their bye since 2017, which would be year before Nagy. So yeah. So I just you said fun fact, and the fun fact came in my head. So I got a question. I got a quote for you, Eric.
Yes.
I don't know if you heard this quote. This is going to break your heart if you didn't see this yet. In an interview, the quote was, "I just love challenges. What's the next challenge? The next challenge might not be here. Me and my family chose to stay the city that will all love and has taken care of us for now. In 2 years, that might change. I'm being totally honest with you."
Now, I know who it is, but the contract is more than 2 years.
Yeah, but that's when you start. That's why I think he's looking at. That's when you start trading away guys.
And did anybody follow up with any kind of question there? Because is he just saying that the next 5 years aren't going to be challenging? We're just going to keep winning championships here like it's nothing in Milwaukee. My next true challenge would be somewhere else. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I saw that the other day. I was like, what? Mm-hmm. Was that in the GQ article?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was we went to the game the other day, and they were.
I don't know. He's Greek.
I was at the game.
He says weird things every now and then.
I went to the game last week, and
that's Wednesday.
Yeah, they were making fun of his. An old picture he took. Right?
He just did a GQ photo shoot.
So they put it up, and the guys were talking about it on the screen.
They
were roasting him. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. So.
That's funny.
How about we talk about? Oh, you know what I saw? It's weird. I just saw this the other day, and Deion Sanders. Crazy. He's going through a bunch of stuff right now. It's medical issues. He's
I saw it looked like he was in a wheelchair.
He is in a wheelchair right now, and he went in for foot surgery.
Right, because he's got that bad turf. He's got like ugly feet,
and a bunch of stuff happened where they won't tell you what was wrong with him. Medical issues. So I don't know if he got a staph infection. I don't know if he got COVID when he was in the hospital or something. I don't know.
Mono.
Maybe he has COVID toe.
I don't know. But he was. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But I don't. It's crazy because he looks like he lost a lot of weight, but he doesn't look like sickly. He looks good, but he's lost. He had something. He lost weight, so he looks like he's got good color and everything. But he just looks like he's lost weight.
And nobody knows what's wrong with him.
No, they being very quiet about it. So I don't know. I don't know.
Because I saw this picture. Jackson State beats Elkhorn.
And he coached without wheelchair.
I'm like looking at what was he setting in here? Was this the interview? But it looked like it was on the field.
Yeah.
He was on the field in a wheelchair.
Yeah, he was coaching.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they let him because that could be dangerous for him and players.
Because didn't Barry Alvarez want to do that and they wouldn't let him? And he coached from the booth instead.
What's who's the get out of the way or get back guy?
Get back coach? Guy. He's got a remote control.
Coach. Yeah.
That's funny.
So I do.
Hey.
Whoa. Hey there.
Is that some of the cookie?
So I do want to.
Is it cookie break time already?
Oh, cookie.
No, when we do the drink.
Yeah. You want to do the beer of the week now?
Well, if you do, I can talk about the pen guard.
Okay. Go get your beer.
You can talk about that for a while because I'm moving a little slow these days.
What you're drinking over there? It's a little heavy tonight.
It's
so go tell us about the Penn State guard.
No, Penn. I got it wrong. It's Penn.
Oh, Penn, the Ivy League school.
Yes.
Okay.
PENN.
Okay, go ahead.
So guard Jelani, where'd his name go? Poop. Jelani Williams, going into his senior year at a December tournament, he tore his ACL after committing to this college. They still took him on, but then he tore his ACL once again.
Different knee, same knee?
Yep. And then the next year again. And then COVID happened. And he has waited 1,795 days for the opportunity to play in his first collegiate basketball game. He put up 8 points in their first win of the season, but he's a fifth-year senior, and he was in tears when asked by ESPN reporters how it felt to get out there and make his first impressions on college basketball. He was a senior in high school at Sidwell in Washington. They had a tournament in December, and he was just going up in warm-ups and just came down, tore his ACL. And then he was doing a workout his freshman year doing rehab, and then tore it again. And then going up for practice after he rehabbed, tore it again. And then he didn't play at all because of COVID because Ivy League schools didn't do it. And he finally got his chance to play his first game. And he scored 8 points and had a few assists and a few rebounds.
That's crazy.
Nice.
But
that's awesome, though.
He has waited 5 years for that.
Some perseverance.
Yeah, that's cool. Good to see. Good for him. Also, Ivy League school. He's getting a good education on top of it. So either way, I'm guessing. Either way, what's his name? Jelani
Williams.
Jelani Williams. I'm guessing he doesn't need basketball. He's just doing it to play basketball because if he's going to Penn. He's going to get a good job, I have a funny feeling. So
Ivy League school.
Yeah, so I think basketball.
Are we on the air?
Yeah, we're on. This thing's on.
That's an Ivy League school.
Sorry, I blacked out.
I like beer cause it is good. I drink beer because I should. If there was a song to sing, I sing it and beer you bring. I drink beer when I am sad, cause the beer it makes me glad. Now there's nothing left to say, so let's go drink beer. Beer is good! Beer is good! Beer is good!
Jace, what am I supposed to say? Beer is definitely good?
Something like that.
Yeah. Beer and cookies.
Oh, yeah.
So what are we going to pair these beers with? These beautiful stouts. It's November. It's stout month, like I declared at the beginning of the month. The beer that we're actually going to be drinking right now, and so if we have two beers up here for all you viewers here at home.
Oh, one of you.
All one of you. So Boulevard Brewing is out of Kansas City, and they do a lot of great beers. They're good stouts. So they have they actually have some farmhouse ales that are really good. If you're not, farmhouse ale kind of would compare a little bit to Spotted Cow for the novices, but. So we're doing Magic Drip. So Magic Drip by Boulevard is a barrel-aged, weeded imperial stout. So it's a rich stout with Colombian coffee.
Ooh.
So did you guys try it yet?
You just like Sofia Vergara. That was perfect.
I know. And then I'll tell you about the beer we had before this. But here, cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers.
It's very rich coffee.
Oh, yeah. What's the ABV on this?
Ed would love this.
1,000.
13.5.
13.5. And then, so the beer we had earlier by the same brewery was called Stuff of Legend. And that's more of it's an imperial stout barrel aged, but it's just more of a cocoa flavor, cocoa nib, more chocolatey. This one's more coffee.
Also a 13.3.
Yeah, they jacked those up. You got jacked up. What do you think, Scott? You like it?
Yeah,
you like the coffee stouts?
I like coffee stouts. Yeah.
Did you dip your cookie in it?
I don't have a cookie.
Yeah, we were supposed to pass around the cookie. Is this
cookies.
where? Are we going to do the pumpkin finally?
No, we got one more in there. I didn't do the maple.
Oh,
one
let's
yet.
do something else
maple
before pumpkin then.
I got to do the maple one here.
We'll do pumpkin when we do the snake draft.
That's fine. Yeah, I just got to try maple. Did you try cheesecake one, Willie, yet? It's good. Maple's good.
Is it good with the beer?
Grumble cookie is good.
Is good. So if you guys like stouts, rich stouts, Boulevard Brewing, you can find it pretty much everywhere. I mean, I've seen them at Festival, Tenuda's.
Yeah, I think I bought mine at Woodman's.
This was Tenuta. Yeah, I've seen it at Woodman's, but I've even seen them at Festival Foods. So, good brewery. Cheers. Again.
Cheers. Very good.
Salud.
The Bucks are winning.
Hey.
77-36 at half.
And Gronk's back.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the Bucks?
No, he's playing tonight.
Those Bucks.
The Buccaneers. The Pirates.
Is this cookie eating ASMR?
That's right.
Yeah.
Listen to us eat on air.
Little breaker. Leonard Fournette's having a good game, isn't he?
We have a new picture here at Benchwarmer Studio.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Hold on, I gotta do
talk
something
about
here.
it?
Something screwed up?
Yep. Okay.
Were we recording?
Sound went away for a second. No, we're recording.
Do you have anything to say about the picture of you and Willie?
Oh, that's us. Me and Willie behind us.
Me without a hat.
Yeah. Yeah. Bob just informed us the sound was working for a second, but it's back on. So I think we're working. Yeah, it looks good now. We are all good in the neighborhood.
It's just because we were eating. That's why.
Yeah, we want to hear us chewing, I guess. So let's jump.
I do
in.
have an observation about Bob at the party.
Go ahead. What is it?
It was cold in that room.
Oh yeah, he had cocoa nibs that night.
Did he really? Barrel aged? They probably were barrel aged, weren't
That's
they?
why my mom and dad hung their coat when they got there.
And your mom was wearing a parka, and your dad was wearing like his old army jacket. Marine jacket. I'm sorry.
That's awesome. I gotta love it. So let's go to the NFL.
Yeah.
Oh, you are so full of crap. You're 5 feet nothing, 100 and nothing, and you got hardly a speck of athletic ability. And you hung in with the best college football team in the land for 2 years. And you're also gonna walk out of here with a degree from the University of Notre Dame.
In the field, Jerry! Show me the money! Jerry, you better yell! Show me the money! Show me the money! You love this black man! I love black people! I love black people!
Either we heal now as a team, or we will die as individuals, as football guys.
I thought you told me he was solid muscle.
Well, he's much stronger than he looks. I'm wired. Go get some kids.
Playing football at West Canaan may have been the opportunity of your lifetime, but I don't want your life.
Foosball? You playing the foosball behind my back? The only reason I'm doing it so I can go to school. School? You going to school? Ah! Sorry.
Football is life!
So, this past week, week 11, is finishing up tonight on Monday Night Football. But this past week, we had some games, some big games, some good games, some upsets we talked earlier. Last Thursday night, the game to kick off the week was the Patriots go into Atlanta and hang a goose egg on the Falcons, 25-0. The Patriots moved to 7-4, and they are one game out with a big game coming up this week against the Tennessee Titans. Correct? Is that correct?
Yeah, the underdog Tennessee Titans now.
Underdog Titans at Foxborough. Bill Belichick has climbed back to the top of the mountain, playing good defense, running ball. Mac Jones playing pretty well. So they're playing good team ball. I like what they're doing. Any observations from that game? Or I mean, the Falcons just didn't look. I mean, too many turnovers in that game. Yep.
Mac Jones now has 2 wins in the Falcon Stadium since December of 2020. Matt Ryan has 0.
Ooh.
Ouch.
That's a fun fact.
I was thinking when I was watching that game, I was thinking, does Matt Ryan need to go somewhere else?
Could he be that quarterback that needs a change of scenery just to get,
he seems so frustrated.
Yeah.
His offensive line is doing nothing for him. Nobody's getting over him for him. I think he's probably still a good quarterback.
They have no running game.
How would you know if he was still a good quarterback? There's nothing there.
It's going to be tough being at the top of the mountain.
How about Green Bay next year?
He's a tough dude. Yeah, I'd take him. If Rodgers is leaving, I'd take Matt Ryan in a heartbeat.
If the Bears had a team that was set to win, I'd take Matt Ryan in a heartbeat. I mean, if they didn't have a quarter like Fields there, but if they had a team if they had a team that could win, I would take him. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, I was thinking through the teams who would, because he'd probably want to go to a contender.
Well, he'd have to. How about Seattle if they lose? Well, Seattle's not that good either, though. Seattle's team is.
They got to get rid of,
Pete.
I think they're done. I think they're both going to be gone.
Yeah,
Pete and Russell.
That was my thought driving to work today. If Pete Carroll leaves, they're going to be Peteless in Seattle.
Well, it's an interesting. I mean, we can maybe do it in a different week, but if it is the end of that era, talk about disappointing eras with a coach and quarterback. A lot of people brought up Sean Payton and Breeze only having 1 Super Bowl, Russell and Carroll only having 1. Who are some of those others?
Anybody in Rodgers?
Anybody not named Tom Brady?
Right.
Tom Brady comes in.
Think about it. I didn't think about it. It's just is it disappointing to just have the one title when you have the coach quarterback combo like that, Peyton and Breeze and Russell and Carroll?
It's come true in the last 10 years. When you pay a quarterback lots of money, your team suffers from that.
Yeah.
You very rarely have a team with a high-paid quarterback.
But all those teams were right there, Scott. That's
but I'm
the
saying
thing.
that's the difference. They're there, but and to be honest, Seattle should have 2 Super Bowls.
Seattle, if they didn't throw the stupidest interception in the history of the NFL.
If they ran the ball there with Marshawn Lynch, who at the time was the best between the tackle running back in football, hands down.
He would have pounded somebody in the face and scored a touchdown.
He would have drove someone to the goalpost.
Yeah, he would have A.J. Dillon.
He would have ate their Skittles.
He would have ate their or their kneecaps.
That too.
So next on the list, we'll like I said, we'll cut to the chase of some of these games that were no big deal, but it's a big deal. Bills go to Buffalo and win 41-15. Buffalo just looked out of sorts, like they weren't ready to play. And the Colts, Frank Reich, they played well. They're running the ball really well right now. They're playing good defense. That's a key to, and they have a quarterback in Carson Wentz who can win games and manage games for you enough to win games, and sometimes it can lead you if you need them. So, but they run the ball really well. That's the key right now. When you got a guy like Jonathan Taylor playing at the level he's playing at, who, as you said earlier, could be is in the running for MVP right now, I think.
He is now.
Yeah, he is just he is a difference maker right now, and that's a huge thing with him.
Last year at this time, I petitioned for Derrick Henry to be the MVP. And I know running backs don't get the unless you're Adrian Peterson.
It was tough last year though, because you had guys, you had Kyler Murray and you had Rodgers, and you had guys, a lot of this year the quarterback right now they keep naming is Brady right now. He's the guy on the top of the list still, and the quarterbacks are kind of evened out right now. There's not a guy that stands out in front of everybody right this minute.
If I had a vote, it'd be Jonathan Taylor right now over Tom Brady.
Yeah, I think I'd have to. Yeah, it'd be tight. I mean,
JT,
it's incredible what he's done, especially the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Bears, Ravens. Ravens going to Chicago with what's his nickname?
Tyler Snoop Huntley.
Oh, Snoop. Yeah, Snoop. Win 16-13. Bears score with a minute 40 left, and then Ravens come down with 25 seconds left and score a touchdown to win the game. So they scored 14 points in the last minute 40, and before that they had combined for what? 13,
yeah,
something like that. So it was actually, to be honest, being a Bear fan, it was a good game. The last 5 minutes was entertaining. It was kind of boring before that, but it was entertaining. So Bears dropped to I believe 3-7, and the Ravens move up to, I don't have the standings here. What are the Ravens now?
NFC standings.
Oh, they're actually in first place.
They're hanging.
They're in first of the NFC North, AFC North.
That's crazy.
Browns Lions 13-10. Browns escape with a victory over the Lions, playing tough again. Once again, that'll be the Bears' first loss this Thursday. Kind of interesting thing happened in that game. Lions offensive lineman was given a penalty during a timeout because it says something about Javian Clowney's mom.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Supposedly. And it was a drive. They were moving the ball. The Lions got knocked out, and they had to kick a field goal. Got a 15-yard personal foul for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Come on. This referees have big ears.
Yeah, that's a problem.
This is not our father's NFL. If you can't say something about somebody's mom.
I was going to put ugly on the referees again because of that call. And also, there was a call in the Cowboy game where they overturned a call, and they were all looking up the big screen, which you're not allowed to do. And in the Bear game, Willie saw this. Under 2 minutes, Darnell Mooney caught a ball, elbow inbounds. They showed the replay. They didn't go to replay. Bears had a call, and that was one timeout I'm not going to blame Nagy for. He had to burn a timeout because they thought they were going to replay it, and they didn't.
They didn't even look at it. He
it.
came down with his
elbow. Yeah, Willie even said, because I'm a Bear fan, so Willie, what do you think? He goes, they should review that for sure. And everybody was stunned about it. Also in that same game, after a timeout, the Ravens snapped the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And the rest blow. Then after the quarterback catches the ball, they blow the whistle to start the play. The Bears are all standing around. They get 10 yards for the play.
Right.
True story.
Wow.
And the ref didn't stop the play. No, you got to go on our whistle. No, let them play. And there was all the Bears standing around going.
Yeah.
Right.
They were like, what?
Like the linemen weren't set. They were all standing there waiting.
They were like, how they wait to get in their stance. Like, the whistle blows.
It's
let's
just
go.
poor refereeing.
And that's not even a call. That's game control.
That's right.
That's all it is.
I mean, that's how much people paid attention. Even the drunk guys in front of us.
Yeah, they knew. They're like, replay it! Knocked the ref's phone out of his hand.
Oh, gosh.
That was a good one. That was awesome. So next one here, we got the Texans-Titans. Another upset. Texans go into Tennessee and win 22-13. Ryan Tannehill, 4 interceptions. Packers lose at Minnesota 34-31 in a good football game, as I was told. Back and forth pretty much the whole game. My Vikings jumped out to a big lead, and the Packers got back on them. So
yeah, they were Vikings were up
23-7 maybe?
Yeah.
27 or 21 or
yeah, they were up. I think they were up 13.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
I got some little stats in both of those games.
The one thing that I thought of when the Packers threw the huge play to MVS, the touchdown with 2 minutes left, I'm like, they didn't give too much time. It was a 13-second drive because it was the only play, and I'm like, they gave him too much time. And then, of course, we miss our opportunity on 2 interceptions. But whatever. What's your stat?
Oh, so you talked about that Houston game in Houston, Tennessee for a brief moment. So entering play, the Texans had not scored a touchdown in each of their last 4 road games. That was tied with 5 other teams for the longest such streak since the NFL merger in 1970. And then with Rodgers, he made his 200th career start. Did you know that? He's the 13th quarterback in Super Bowl era to make 200 career regular season starts. His 428 passing touchdowns entering Sunday are the most of any QB in NFL history through 200 starts. Drew Brees previously held the record with 394. So, yeah. Well, he would wash his hair.
And what's up with his toe?
I am starting to feel he's got a little LeBron in him, though.
Oh, a little.
He wants you to, he's like, because we're starting turf toe.
LeBron is jealous.
I'm going to tell you right now.
LeBron is jealous.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Rodgers.
It's not worse than turf toe. Turf toe is such a debilitating injury that you can barely walk on it and stuff. He couldn't plan. He couldn't throw. He was.
Devont. That's actually.
Why does anybody care that he played? And he played a great
game. That's disrespectful to Devontae Adams, who missed 4 weeks with turf toe, and everybody thought he was tough for coming back after 4 weeks of it.
Yeah.
And it's worse than he's
I understand he's not cutting as much. And
he had
moves.
a couple. He ran he had 25 rushing yards. He's running downfield, sliding.
I don't know if I don't know if I believe him as much as it's
COVID toe.
That's
what that was the news today. I was like, because there supposedly is a condition. People have COVID and months later, or even weeks later, whatever. There's this toe condition that they have. It's like an irritated toe. It gets purple and.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. Look it up.
Hey, Sparky, look that up for us. COVID toe.
COVID toe.
Okay, so let's move on from COVID toe. And Dolphins sneak by the Jets 24-17 in New York.
There's COVID toe right there.
Eagles getting hot at the right time. Eagles win 40-29, looking pretty good right now. Are they going to catch the Cowboys? I don't know. Cowboys had a rough game yesterday, but Chiefs are actually playing really good right now. Again, kind of. Yeah, pretty good. But, Saints, Eagles look like they're kind of playing good football under a new first-year head coach, so we'll see. Any fun facts?
I think the Eagles are going to compete for the playoffs now. From the get-go, I said they're going to be what was the word I said? Kind of a feisty team, like they're going to give people trouble. But I think Hurts is playing better than a lot of people thought he.
Yeah,
and it's just like there's a lot of good things going on that team from what I could see. We're just watching the highlights.
It's kind
I
of.
think Dallas will probably still win that division.
It's the right number for a quarterback. I mean, you think about it. It's about 14 games in of his career, 15, 16 started getting it, so it works. I mean.
And there's your hope for Fields, that he could be like that.
Yeah, if they get
but there's not enough around him.
Yeah.
Like
to be honest, I feel like there's not much either. They got Devontae Smith, which he's coming
having
around
a good
too. He's playing good
last
now.
4 or 5 weeks.
Their running game is decent. I guess Jalen Hurts probably is a little better, but you're right. We'll see. We'll see. A change of coach. Problem with changing a coach, if the Bears do it, which they're going to, it's going to be another learning process for the guy. You don't want to do it, but whatever.
Yes, Jay Cutler.
Yeah, Jay Cutler.
Friend of the show.
Didn't he have 5 different coordinators,
something
or
like
4
that.
different in 5 years, or something like that?
Well, the Cowboys, I got a little something here. Micah Parsons is the first player with 60 tackles and 8 sacks in the team's first 10 games of the season since Terrell Suggs in 2013.
He is your rookie of the year.
He is also the first player with 60 tackles and 8 sacks in the first since 10,000. I'm repeating myself. Sorry.
It'll be between him and Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah, I think this is Diggs' second year. I believe so.
Trayvon Diggs' rookie year, I thought.
No, it's second year. Diggs was with him last year.
So where was he last year?
In Dallas.
Didn't do much in Dallas.
He was a rookie, and they weren't good. They're better defense. I'm almost positive it's his second year, Trayvon Diggs.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Washington beats the Panthers in Cam Newton's comeback, 27-21. 49ers beat the Jaguars 30-10. Bengals go to the Las Vegas, and beat the Raiders 32-13.
The only bright point in that whole game for the Raiders was Darren Waller, who had his 12th career 100-yard receiving game. That's third most by any tight end since he made the debut in 2015. Travis Kelce has 27, and the Gronk has 14.
The Gronk. Cowboys-Chiefs, as Willie brought up, Chiefs win 19-9.
9
times.
How many times?
9 times.
19?
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 9 times.
That's the final score of the Chiefs game, 19-9.
Are the Chiefs back?
With
19
You know why
points.
they were good yesterday is because their defense played really well against a good offense.
And here's a little defensive stat. Chiefs defense this season, first 7 games, 8 sacks, 7 turnovers. Last 4 games, 11 sacks, 8 turnovers.
And the thing they said talking yesterday, Frank Clark can play a lot inside yesterday. they're moving around more, using him differently. So maybe that's and Spagnuolo's a good coordinator. He'll figure it out. When he figures out what he's doing, he's pretty solid at moving guys and putting them in the right spot. But it's all about talent. And Frank Clark's a pretty good talent.
So I think this might have had a lot to do with Kansas City's win yesterday. So Patrick Mahomes averaged 5.4 air yards per attempt against the Cowboys. That's the second lowest average of his career in a game. He's attempted at least 15 passes. And despite the barrage of the short throws, he still was pressured 49% of his dropbacks.
Well, I think they're learning to get it out quick.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's the thing.
The Chiefs through their first 10 games were 6-4 this year. The last time they were 6-4 through the first 10 games, they won the Super Bowl. Will they do it again?
Cardinals go to Seattle, beat the Seahawks 23-13, and Colt McCoy led Cardinals. Kyler Murray missed another game, and the question I have is Kyler Murray, is he really coming back? Since today the Cardinals did sign Trace McSorley off the Baltimore Ravens practice squad, so that's kind of interesting to me, but we will see where that takes us.
It's really.
Yep.
For sure. It kind of reminds me of last year, the second half of the season.
Yeah.
He was hurt.
He's injury prone, man. I said that before. It's hard to, I picked him in fantasy league, but man, he gets big, and when he gets beat up, even when he plays, when he's injured, he doesn't play as well. And right. I when I say that, people are like, "Well, he's injured." Well, as quarterbacks go out there and play hurt and still put up numbers, and still are. He just goes directly out because he runs. He likes to run and throw, not just throw. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's decent in the pocket, but he's a guy who likes to be on his feet, moving around and stuff. So I don't know.
The Cardinals are 6-0 on the road with all those wins coming by double digits. So they're the fourth team in NFL history to win 6 straight on the road by double digits within the season, and the third team to do it in their first 6 road games. So,
okay,
something's right for them.
One of the most entertaining games I thought was the Steelers-Chargers last night on Sunday Night Football.
That was good.
I wish I could have stayed up for it, but I heard it was awesome.
Yeah,
it was great.
Yeah, Chargers come back after being. The Steelers came back after being down, and then the Chargers actually finished them off. I thought they were going to lose another game. They were close in, but they actually won a close game. Good for them.
Steelers put up 24 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. It was a good football game. Roethlisberger looked vintage Roethlisberger in that fourth quarter, and Herbert, though, he played well almost pretty much the whole game. Although Steelers did get a block punt and they get a tip pick, both inside the 10 that ended up. So that was some points.
Too bad Eckler didn't do much.
Yeah, Eckler, he's washed. He's a flash in the pan, Eckler.
Yeah, I was switching between that and curling. Men's curling.
Really?
U.S. championships were on to see who goes to Beijing.
I would have stuck with
John Schuster.
Oh, I actually seen a thing from that they got it so close with the other team that they had to bring the measuring thing out from the center.
Oh, yeah.
And the U.S. was closer, so they brought it to the middle.
Yep.
Oh, sounds incredible.
What channel was that on? ESPN Ocho?
NBC Sports.
No, the Olympic channel.
Oh, that's right, the Olympic channel.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, that sounds so good.
It was good.
Watching that.
You
Sweep hard.
You liked curling when you did it?
I was on my way to the Olympic team. But, elbow injury.
Yeah, I know.
Kept slipping and falling on the ice.
I wonder if women are really good at curling.
They are?
Yeah.
Just because of the sweeping motion.
Oh, boy.
Wow, what a sexist
Is it that seat?
jerk.
Is it that seat? It must be.
Gotta be. Racism, sexism.
Yeah, it's coming out in you.
So let's all want to do our picks real quick while we're on the NFL.
Yeah.
NFL.
How do we do that again?
That's
That's on our phone?
Yeah, on our phone, yeah.
Okay.
So week 12 will kick off with we got 3 Thursday games, 2-day games, 1 night game. We got the Bears visiting Detroit, Raiders visiting the Cowboys, and the Bills visiting the Saints. So let's start off with the top of the yes.
All 6 teams playing on Thanksgiving lost yesterday.
So that means 3 of them are going to win.
We'll see. Maybe there could be 3 ties.
The 0-0 in Detroit. So let's start off with the Bears visiting the Lions. Lions plus 3.5, and I'm going to stick with what I said for a while. I'm going to take the Lions plus the points at home. I'm taking the Lions.
I think Dan Campbell's given everything he's got in that game. National TV game, big game for the Lions. Go out there and show them what they can do.
Seeing that you guys are all taking the Lions, and all I've heard all day today was that the Lions are going to win, blah, 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 Nagy's going to get fired. I'm taking the Bears.
Good choice, probably.
Yeah, this is an easy one for me. Lions.
Okay, next game. Raiders visit Dallas. Dallas, 7-point favorites at home against the Raiders. Short week. Vegas got to travel there after a bad loss at home. I know the Cowboys lost, but their game wasn't as bad. I'm going to go with the Cowboys giving the 7.
They still them boys. I'm taking them.
Yeah.
Derek Carr.
Well, we're waiting.
Cowboys.
Cowboys. Okay. Next game, Buffalo goes to New Orleans. The night game, the pumpkin pie eating game. We'll be eating pumpkin, right?
Yes.
Or I'm making
the crumble.
That's right.
Pumpkin pie.
I'm making an apple pie cheesecake.
Oh wow!
Shut the front door.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna have to shut the front door because I might be over.
Crumble cookie my ass.
Thought you'd never ask.
So who do you like? Bills giving 4.5 to the Saints at home. The
Bills suck.
The Saints. Okay. Bills suck. I have to say this. I think right now the Saints are just not playing well at quarterback, and that's their problem right now. I mean, it's going to be hard for me to see it's hard for me to pick against the Bills going there, I guess. I know it's a road game for them, but I think this is a business trip for them. I think they really have to win this game, and I think I'm taking the Bills.
You know what I heard today? Somebody was talking about the Bills and said that they play well against the finesse type of offenses, and they play like crap against the offenses that just pound you. So what are the Saints?
Finesse.
And Kamara
Kamara might be out again.
I'm taking the Bills.
Taysom Hill is going to be, I guarantee there's going to be a lot of Taysom
Well,
Hill.
his big contract that he's
I saw
renegotiated.
$95 million.
Yeah.
You know what the Bills always do, though? They always circle the wagons.
They do circle the wagon. Nobody does like the Buffalo Bills. Willie?
Bills Mafia.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going with.
Okay, start of Sunday, we got Pittsburgh at Cincinnati. Pretty big game. The Cincinnati continue to beat up on their division and win this game. They're favored by 4.5.
At Cincinnati?
Yep.
Cincinnati.
God, you would think maybe that momentum that they had from last night, but I still feel like Cincinnati is a better team. I'm taking them.
Okay.
I'm going to take the Steelers.
I'm going to take the Bungles.
Steelers.
Tampa Bay, big game. Nice game on the schedule there. That's a good one to watch. Tampa at Indy. 2.5-point favorites, the Buccaneers. But this is a team, the Buccaneers, who can stop the run. They are a good run defense, and wow, that's pass interference if I've ever seen it.
They're good at interference too.
He was going to your guy Galladay.
They didn't call that?
They did.
He might as well give him his wallet back too.
Jesus. So let's. He's only got one catch still. Jesus.
Are you serious? So you haven't taken the lead?
No, I'm still losing. So I'm gonna take the Bucks on the road. I just think they get back on track. I do like what the Colts are doing though. If they win, that'd be cool. But I'm just gonna take the Bucks.
I'm taking the Colts. I think that's a much better team. They're at home.
My Colt impression.
That was pretty good. Better than the Dolphin last year.
Willie, who do you like?
Buccaneers.
Going with the good old horseshoes.
Okay. Even. Pick 'em. Straight up pick 'em. Panthers at Dolphins.
Oh, God.
Who do we like here? You got Tua versus Cam.
Is Tua going to play?
I wonder if it's the first time in history two three-letter quarterbacks, three-lettered first-name quarterbacks face each other.
Cam
and
Tua.
Tua.
There's got to be something there.
Be a fun fact.
I'm sure not.
It'd be like Josh Allen intercepting Josh Allen, and then Josh Allen sacking Josh Allen, and then Josh Allen recovering a fumble off from Josh Allen. Sorry.
Or Cooper rushed on a touchdown to
Amari
Cooper.
And then Cooper Kupp danced.
And or Andy Dalton throwing a touchdown to Dalton Schultz.
And then I'm taking the Panthers.
Willie?
Panthers.
I'm going to take the Dolphins for Ed.
I'm going to take it for
Is that turkey?
It's Thanksgiving.
The
Come
Miami
on.
Turkeys are
No,
playing
it's
this
Thanksgiving.
week.
I was just doing that. I just randomly do that this week usually.
Hey, is Carl the turkey here?
Come on, Galladay, give me a ball.
Oh.
So anyway, next up, Patriots -6 at home to the Titans. I'm going to take Tennessee. That's a lot of points. I don't know who's going to win it.
That
but
is a
I'm
lot of points.
I'm taking Tennessee.
I'm going with Bill Belichick because he's a smart man and knows how to coach.
God,
Hey, as long as it doesn't rain, I'll go with the Titans.
I'm gonna go with the Patriots. I'm sticking with them.
Okay.
I can't believe it, but yeah, they're playing so well.
Eagles -3.5 at the Giants. Ooh, that's an interesting game. Those NFC East games are slobber knockers usually.
Right. Slobber knockers.
So what do you think? -3.5.
I'm gonna take the slobber knocking Eagles.
The Eagles. Who are you taking?
I'm taking Eagles.
I'm going to take the Giants.
Because they have the prettiest helmets.
Jacksonville, Atlanta. That should be tickets you don't want. Atlanta at Jacksonville.
I wouldn't mind being in Jacksonville right now.
Good call. Good call. -1. The Falcons giving 1. So it's basically a pick 'em. So who do you like?
I'm taking the, just the beach town of, near the beaches of Jacksonville
The
Beach.
next team to go to play in London.
Jacksonville? That's who you taking?
Jacksonville.
I'm going to take the Falcons. I think Matt Ryan and Cal
Rallies
Pitts.
the troops.
Cal Pitts have a big day.
The Jaguars suck.
So do the Falcons.
But the Falcons are better.
Okay, and how about the Jets +3 at the Texans -3?
Who the hell put this schedule together? Jesus.
Is this April Fool's Day? Well, really? I don't know who how is it -3? Shouldn't it be a pick 'em?
I would think that'd be a pick 'em.
I'm going to take the Jets because the Jets are going to go in that. The Houston's going to be still popping champagne from their win last week at Texas or Tennessee. And
popping tags.
J-E-T.
I'm taking the Jets. Taking the Jets. Yep.
Yeah, what do you do there? I'm going to take the Texans, actually, because they're home.
I'm going Texans home because, they learned how to win last week.
Chargers go to Denver coming off a bye. The Broncos. -1.5.
That's
Chargers
all they're
at Broncos.
That's
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, that's Chargers all the way. I got them easily.
I'm taking the Broncos to win that game.
Ooh. What's your 1.5?
How about you, Willie?
Chargers.
The Rams visit the Packers. Packers -2 at home right now. As long as Rodgers' toe holds up.
The turf, worse than turf toe.
Yep.
I haven't taken the Packers in 4 weeks now.
Well, that was a mistake. They a couple
And
weeks
they're 2-2.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Packers this week. I just think that I'm taking the Packers. I'm not going to say anything else.
I'm going Rams. They have to. This is like a must-win for them as well.
I'm going with the Rams because Cooper Kupp is going to have a big day.
Cooper
like
Kupp.
Adam Thielen did.
I'm taking the Bucks tonight by 60.
What's final?
They're playing right now. 64-110 is the score.
We have the 110.
First quarter?
Come on, this isn't Ohio State, Michigan State.
So Vikings +2.5 at the 49ers. Rematch of last year's playoffs, right? Or 2 years ago, right?
Two teams that are starting to both finally play really well. Both of them.
Yeah.
I'm taking the home team, 49ers.
I think Zimmer's wife must be like promising him stuff.
This is how I'm taking the 49ers like this.
I'm going to take the Vikings.
I'm going to take the Vikings, too.
Skull.
Don't ever say that.
Don't scold
Do you
me.
know that stadium is on Chicago Avenue?
Is it really?
Yeah, there's so many weird things about the Vikings, and like there's just those little weird. I wish I remembered.
What's the
them
cross
all.
street, Detroit?
I don't know. that building that they built, which is beautiful, is a bird killer. I mean, it.
Oh, yeah.
Like by the metric ton, they clean up dead birds every day because it's all that clear glass. It's just like
That'd be
dumb are
terrible
they?
walking into the stadium.
Here
just
the
a dead
birds are
bird.
talking to each other. Bam! What was that?
It's like watching WKRP in Cincinnati. I didn't know turkey's going to fly.
Yeah, it's on Chicago Avenue. That's just so funny.
Miguel's back.
Miguel's back?
Yeah.
All right.
There
hey,
he is.
Miguel.
I said, howdy, fellas.
Is he better than Kenny Galladay? Hey, Miguel.
Not funny. So next up, Browns
You
minus
laughed. What are you
Browns
talking about?
Browns +4.5 at the Ravens. And I don't know if you guys saw a story. I forgot about Lamar Jackson. They don't know what he has.
Does he know what he has?
They don't know.
He went to Louisville to watch his number get
Louisville
to watch his number get retired, and he's been sick ever since.
and it's not COVID. It's just like something he
called-
can't get his energy back.
It's a white trash virus.
No.
What?
What are you talking about?
Hillbilly.
Jeez. I thought Ed was
Have
bad.
you been to Louisville? It's a nice city.
It's okay. Kind of
It's a
scary.
lot of whiskey.
West Virginia's the one you got to
Whiskey.
worry about.
A lot of hot chicken.
Hot chicken and whiskey.
That chicken was awesome.
So what do you guys like in that game? Browns getting 4 or the Ravens
That's a
giving
tough
4,
game,
or
man. That's
vice
really
versa?
tough. Because what's Lamar going to be like?
I'm going with the Browns. I think they run the ball well that day.
I'm going with
I think it's low scoring. If Lamar don't play, I'm going with the Browns, but I'm not changing it.
Ravens.
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go with the Browns.
Ravens.
And that's Sunday night. That's Sunday night football. Even Cleveland at Baltimore. Ugh. And Monday night football is a matchup for the ages. Seahawks -2.5 at the football team, and I'm taking the football team
So
plus
am
a
I.
2.5. Tyler Heineke.
Washington.
Yep, Washington. Don't forget to save your picks, fellas. Well, who you
Saving
taking?
it right now?
I'm gonna take Washington in our nation's capital.
We said, "How are you, Miguel?" And he said, "I'm better than Nagy," with a laughy face.
I saved my picks. Did I do it last week? Because I don't think I did.
I don't know.
It's been a shit show.
Yeah, let me see standings. Jordan Love has 44 wins. Willie has 48. I have 61, and Ed has 65 total this year.
Not 69.
No, not yet.
Hey, well, we're talking about how good the Bulls are. The Bulls are losing to the Pacers.
That was
right
like
now
an hour ago.
with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. 104-73.
It happens. Bad nights happen.
Sorry.
Levine, you know,
I mean, the
Levine,
Bucks
Levine,
lost game 1 in the Eastern Conference Finals by like 70.
Yeah.
And they won a title. So, I mean,
The Bulls.
Suns in 5.
Suns are on fire right now.
10 straight.
12 in a row. 12 in a row.
12? Shut
12.
the front door.
12 was last night, yeah.
Should we have
Maybe
that?
they won 13 now. I don't know, but they are 12 or 13. They got a lot.
Should we have that pumpkin pie cookie and start talking about Thanksgiving?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a pumpkin pie cookie. Pass it around. We'll talk about our favorite. We got in our week of the snake draft. We started bringing it back for the holidays. It's our gift. It's the gift to you. The
gift that keeps on giving.
All year round.
Okay, I got to grab a piece of cookie. Oh, they're getting
Like
mushy.
a jelly of the month.
That's what she said.
And then, so we're eating a pumpkin pie cookie, and we're talking about our favorite sides.
Oh, my gosh.
Sides or anything that goes with Thanksgiving. Desserts, anything you like to eat on Thanksgiving, your favorite ones. We'll start with the young guy here, since he's
Not the turkey.
turkeys. We're all gonna eat turkey, right? Well,
Not me.
no, you know. So, Jace, go ahead. What are your favorite sides? Your first one. Your one. You start.
Some good old mashed taters.
Mashed potatoes. How do you like them done? What do you like in them?
Some cheese and bacon.
Oh my goodness,
Oh my gosh.
it's incredible. It's like this. Oh, you need this recipe for pumpkin pie in a cup right here, Willie.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be awesome. Pumpkin pie in a cup.
Like they're just going to give up that recipe.
Just go ask them. They'll tell you.
No, there's a TikTok that steals all the recipes.
He stole mine because there's nothing better than mashed potatoes to go with your turkey with gravy, but green bean casserole.
With the old.
And I make a mean.
Do you put the onions on it?
No, I do like buttery Ritz crackers.
Oh, you don't do the French onions?
Good for you,
French
man.
onions are awesome. You like French onions?
No, gross.
What are you talking to?
They're fake.
I don't care. They're like weird to me.
So mine is just
If you call them something else and didn't call them onions, I'd probably eat them.
French style green beans, obviously.
French
Onions.
fries.
I think there's a little sour cream in there, I believe. Butter, lots of butter.
Mushrooms? Fresh mushrooms?
No mushrooms.
Ooh, cut of fresh mushrooms in it.
I don't like mushrooms.
You don't like mushrooms
onion. There's onion. I have onion in there.
Oh, well, he's out.
And then just the buttery, just Ritz crackers, like the buttery crackers, just kind of spread around instead of that French onion, whatever, blah blah blah. But yeah,
I'm gonna make another observation. I'm sorry, that makes me mad. One of the better teams in football just ran 2 screen passes out of 3 plays. I don't think the Bears had one this year. Never mind. Let's move on.
They did actually yesterday. Touchdown.
No, not a screen pass. That was a wide receiver screen. That was a
you mean
screen
a straight-up
to the both plays for Fournette twice.
Yeah.
So effective plays.
Yeah,
Yes.
they got first down, long time. This time they got 4 yards, 5. But it's still a play. Go ahead, Willie. Sorry.
So we're talking about sides, and a lot of people mentioned the mashed potatoes. So I'm one of these. I don't like to mix my food too often, but this is one food I will mix. I like to put corn in my mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
And
I think the whole Thanksgiving
corn,
meal could get mixed, really, in a way. It just all
you
mixes.
could just make
in.
a big
Thanksgiving casserole.
frittata.
Pretty much.
Big frittata.
I mean, mine just gets all.
No, I guess I'll tell you after my Thanksgiving day after thing I make.
Seven layer
Oh
Thanksgiving
no!
dip.
You told us last
I'll
year.
tell
It
you-
sounded
I'll tell you-
awesome.
I'll tell you
Yes.
again. I'll
Give us the recipe.
I'll give you
Yes.
recipe. It's good. My first pick here is, you guys haven't said it, but it's a very important part of the day, is gravy.
Oh yeah. Well,
No. You said you didn't say
No,
gravy.
fine.
well, you have to have the mashed potatoes.
Loophole.
We're
Loophole.
working up to it. We're working up to
Whatever.
it.
Gravy.
Yeah,
I'm
gravy.
I'm topping
If you
everything.
hadn't said it, I was going to say
I'm
it.
topping every. Okay. And my second favorite, you said corn. I don't know. There's a lot of few things. You know what I like? Stuffing. I mean, who doesn't like stuffing? And especially, I like a good. You put a little hot Italian, Jimmy Dean's hot Italian sausage in it, or some hot.
I like
Italian
a good stuff. If somebody actually goes through the process of making a good stuffing that they have a recipe for, then I like it. Like stovetop.
Oh no! I make stuffing.
Stovetop?
If you have a good recipe,
Yeah,
I'd actually like that.
I make my own.
Yeah, because
And I'm making a. Well, I'll wait till after. Go
What
ahead.
is stuffing?
It's just bread.
Just cut it. It's like
And I-
croutons, right?
Can you have both mashed potatoes and stuffing?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
of
all right,
course.
fine.
And
That's
you
fine.
douse them in
I'm
gravy.
glad you said
Yeah,
that. I'm glad
gravy.
you said that.
So when I make gravy for things, I make like a quart of it.
Yeah, you got to make
Pennzoil.
And then you put it on all that stuff. What, taking a break?
Malfunction.
No. So how much? Wait, how much gravy you make?
I make a bunch of it.
That's what she said.
He said something
Hey,
about a.
hey,
He
hey,
takes a 5-gallon drum.
Run, Tom, run.
So
Where are you at?
did you said gravy? Oh, you're talking about how much?
Yeah, do gravy. Yeah.
Okay.
So, you got to make lots of gravy.
So what is your other?
My next one?
Yeah.
Did you say 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. Gravy.
No, stuffing and gravy.
Oh, yeah.
Stuffing gravy.
done.
Cornbread pudding.
Yeah.
It sounds
Corn
all-
pudding. Corn
that's-
pudding, basically what it is, but it's got some cornbread in it too. It is so good.
That sounds like something that old people eat.
I was gonna say. Am I still allowed? I was just gonna say cornbread.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm saying corn pudding is mine. Corn
And
pudding.
I made it a long time ago. I should try to find the recipe again. But like I'm into like jalapeno stuff. Jalapeno cornbread.
Oh, nice.
put some
really-
even
yeah.
like green chilies in it too.
Yeah, but nobody else who I'm eating dinner with on Thanksgiving will like that, other than maybe Jackson. Jackson,
right?
But so I should look that up.
You should.
I mean, I already got the green bean
All
casserole.
you gotta do is
gotta
just
make.
dump green chilies. A thing of green
Are
chilies.
you having it at your house Thanksgiving?
It's next door. So all I do is walk across the yard with my platter of green bean casserole.
That's all you have to make.
That's all I make. Oh, I'm gonna make cookies this year. I'm gonna make. We'll get to dessert. Are we doing desserts in this?
This be part of
It's
it,
all
yeah.
part of
Okay.
the sides, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you said
I said just cornbread in
Okay.
general. In
Okay.
general, yeah.
Jace,
Mac and cheese.
Good call. I like that.
and what's your other one?
Pumpkin pie.
Oh, that's good. Okay, I guess I might go dessert. My sister-in-law makes like they're not. We don't do pumpkin pie, but she does these like pumpkin treats. They're like almost like a cake in a way that's just all pumpkin flavoring, like the pumpkin pie.
Sounds like she's phoning in a little bit.
They're really good.
Are they?
Really good.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I
I'm
believe
gonna
you.
go this pumpkin pie treat shit that she makes. Willie?
I'm going with roasted Brussels sprouts with bacon.
Oh my
and,
gosh.
With a balsamic
Stop
glaze.
freaking
on it.
talking dirty to me. I love Brussels sprouts.
Oh, roasted, a little crispy.
Yeah, my
and,
gosh.
Oh yeah.
Jesus. I've never looked at you this way, Willie.
Like the way Scott's looking at me in that picture.
My gosh. Willie, will you give me a ride home? Scott, no.
Only if I remember.
Scott, I'll try.
Yeah.
That was the dialogue in that picture.
How about and I like this. It's good. A little bit on the side. You have to have some, and I think it's cranberry sauce.
Oh yeah, like
Real
homemade.
cranberry.
Yeah,
Or
Real.
do you want the gel?
No, you take the cranberry, you put them in a little sugar, you take them, they pop. Even add a little orange juice to them sometimes.
Orange
Just
juice.
There's got to be
zest.
orange in
Orange
there. Yeah,
zest.
orange zest. Yep.
Yeah, a little bit of orange, just a splash of it, not a lot. You don't go crazy with it. Now my last one is just basic, good old rolls, man. Just some nice, good buns on the side. Rolls, something. Buns.
That's what she said.
Good old buns.
She's got big butts. Forget it.
So yeah, those are yeah. Willie,
Do we
So you said rolls. I'm going with biscuits because I had Tony bring down Tana and Carl's cheddar biscuits, so I can have those for Thanksgiving
should
this
have me
year.
bring extras down, so I could have took some.
Holy crap! We should have
Never
thought
thought
about
of
that.
that,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, they had some. I'm like, yep, bring them on down here. They make a mean biscuit up there.
Mine is Goose Island Bourbon County Stout.
Right.
The kids love it.
Before and after.
You gonna be waiting in line to get that?
I'm not gonna. Don't wait in line.
No.
I did it a couple times. There's no way.
It shows up.
How
It'll be-
does Logan like the Goose Island with dinner?
He loves it. Loves it. It's his favorite.
Sleeping by 3.
Yeah.
Turkey and beer.
Just
Done.
like Dad.
Daddy, what kind of chocolate sauce you put on my ice cream?
Turkey and beer in the Raiders Cowboys game.
Tryptophan.
Guaranteed to fall asleep. Jace?
Uh,
Kielbasa?
Well, I don't like anything else on Thanksgiving, so
You don't like gravy?
nope.
Mozzarella sticks?
What?
Chicken tenders?
Not Thanksgiving.
Just any other time.
Portillo's French fries?
That was your favorite.
But did you dip your fries in your vanilla shake or no?
No, not at Portillo's.
Oh, okay.
It's Wendy's.
Wendy's, okay.
Yeah, why not?
I
don't get that.
Yeah.
You have nothing else?
No, not really.
Okay, he's giving up on his last.
If you were to have,
He's gonna let the one be auto picked.
right, yeah, he gets the auto pick on
Well,
that,
it's
for
better
sure.
than me taking an extra pick.
Oh
Which I haven't done in over a year now. By the way, Scott's done it a couple times.
no!
Yeah.
I didn't.
Are we done?
I did it on purpose.
You got
honorable
two more?
mentions. Go ahead. I'm done. Yeah, I did mine.
Honorable mention, the brandy old fashioned.
There you go.
Yeah.
A drink of Jeffrey Dahmer.
I'm going to go with...
What?
Where'd you hear that?
From one of your guys' shows. Ed said it.
Ed said it.
Yeah.
You're right.
Did he really?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, okay.
It makes sense now.
I'm not making that during the holidays.
It's the
this year.
chair.
It's the chair,
Something
yeah.
on it.
Miguel said, good old ham makes a huge difference. Ham?
I like ham at Christmas, but yeah. I mean, I do like ham.
We are having the honey baked ham and the honey baked turkey at the doing it easy way at the Wilson Ranch.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. What else? Anything else? What you can think of?
Apple pie. My dad makes a mean apple pie, so
In a brown
I'm looking
bag?
forward to that.
Brown bag?
No, he doesn't do that. No.
I'm making the apple pie cheesecake that we talked about. Come
Yeah,
on.
that sounds good.
Nope. No Galladay
No
yet.
Galladay. You need Galladay one catch
One
to
more
win this
catch.
game.
One more catch. Yuck. I make. Did I say I'm making an apple pie cheesecake?
You just did.
Okay, I
Yeah,
just said
that's
it.
awesome.
I'm going to make oatmeal raisin cookies, which I love.
Should
I
make
mean,
those Heath chip ones. Those are good too.
The ones I made, the bourbon ones. Yeah, I think I made them last. I'll make those at Christmas.
Yeah.
So
Make rum balls and give them to the kids.
sweaty balls. How about that?
Peach Fetty.
Peach sweaty balls.
Peach shreddy balls.
Your balls are so moist.
So what's going to be our drink for the month of December? Booze? Or?
Is it December?
No, we're
I
doing
thought December was
cocktail.
cocktail month.
Cocktail.
Yeah, we got
Okay,
4
Yeah.
shows in the month.
And let's try to do something totally different than we did last year, if we can remember. No idea.
Me and you are not going to.
I know.
We're not going to do the.
Willie and I had bourbon in a bourbon barrel aged.
He's having a stroke.
I'll be all right. It's kind of like that picture. Which one I have no idea.
Yeah. I didn't do my top 3, bottom 3.
No.
Then I got a couple things.
Bottom 3.
Start the show over.
My bottom 3 are the Bears, Jacksonville Lions. My top 3 are the Cardinals, Green Bay, and Tampa Bay's back in. So
How was that?
Just because of that pick?
He just threw it right at the. He threw it right at the lineman.
he didn't throw it at Kenny Galladay, did he?
So if the Lions
gosh,
or
if
the
you don't
Bears
win-
win, do they get out of the bottom 3?
No.
Yes.
All
Whenever
right,
that
all right.
game gets out.
They get out of the bottom 3. Okay.
I'll yep.
Who was your third in the bottom?
Bears,
Lions?
Jacksonville Lions.
Jacksonville. Okay.
Yeah, I have to get. I take Texans out.
Well, yeah.
Big road win, man. It's a big-
and I think a few people picked them this week. Didn't you pick the Texans this week?
Oh, I
they're
did.
Jets with Jets, right?
Yeah, I think so.
If they win, they're not going to be in the bottom 3.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
We talked about Dion. I brought that up.
You're a most underrated player.
Oh yeah, most underrated player. Who do you guys got for most underrated player? Eric, go ahead.
I picked the all-time way, and this is a homer pick for me, and I know I've touted about it on the show before, but the fact that this guy's not in the Hall of Fame it makes me sick. Probably the greatest all-purpose, all-pro safety of all time, all-decade team of the 90s. 38 interceptions, 20 and a half sacks, 721 solo tackles from the safety position, and created the Lambeau Leap. And the Packers don't even respect this guy because they built a statue outside of Lambeau Field, and he's not even in the statue. It's just a bunch of fans that you could jump in there and take a picture of the Lambeau Leap. So Leroy Butler, to me, is the most underrated player that I could think of. Just the fact that, he was great, but he's not in the Hall of Fame. He doesn't really get that same kind of respect as some of the other great safeties of all time, but that's my guy.
Okay.
Cortland Sutton.
Yeah,
Cortland
that's a good one.
Sutton.
Yep. Just signed a big extension deal for him.
Okay.
I'm going recent, so I'm going to say Chandler Jones.
Is it a good one? I'm gonna go with a homer pick. Also, I'm gonna go with. We can do some honorable mentions, obviously, but I'm gonna go with Lance Briggs.
Great player.
Yeah, underrated. I don't know much talked about him because Urlacher was there.
Mhm.
You know what? I forgot to do this. So you guys, honorable mentions. I do have some on the site. I forgot to tell you guys. So we have a few that comments on here. So you guys got honorable mentions at all? While I'm looking.
I actually just thinking about, and it's not an underrated player, but he's a player that we didn't think would be that great this year that's playing right now, Leonard Fournette.
Yeah.
He's had a great season. He's basically been the premier back for the Bucs. And a lot of people are like, oh, he's just going to get lost in the shuffle with Ronald Jones and whoever else, but I think he's been a little bit underrated this year.
Chris Klein said Mercedes Lewis and also Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp. Jeez.
Not this year.
Could he be an MVP candidate?
Yeah, I think you
His
have to
numbers are
consider him.
incredible.
Yeah, you have to consider him for sure.
Yeah, I believe he. I think he can be. I have a bunch here too. The Bulls fans tonight were chanting "Fire Nagy" at the Bull game.
Is that right?
Wow.
Oh, that's not good. A couple people.
I can't load
Dan
these
Kluch
posts.
said Debo Samuel right now. Jim Barrett said James White. That's a good pick. I like the James White pick. Also, John Boyle said Devin Hester. Bob Michael said Fred Taylor. John Boyle also said Tom Rathman. David Edwards said Tom Brady. I think he's just that good that he's still underrated. Doug Estevanic said Tom Waddle. Dan Shess said Matt Suey. Brett Doroff said all time he thinks Maurice Jones-Drew for him, and then currently his Kirk Cousins he puts out there. Brett DeRusse says Austin Eckler, and Brian Garut says Paul Ott Caruth. So
I thought I was going to say Ray Cruz.
Paul Ott Caruth.
So that's all I.
I honorable mention for me, like Terry McLaurin. I mean, he's not the first pick you're going to take up there, but this guy always seems to show up.
How about like a guy like Steve Largent?
Oh yeah,
I know he's a Hall of Famer, but
right
before that he was just that guy that would catch. I mean, he was. I don't know. It was.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, if we were talking Hall of Famers, like you could say Dan Fouts.
Yeah, there you go.
But he's also a Hall of Famer at the same time.
And I mean, it's tough. But I can't think of any other guys. I mean, there's a lot. And I got a lot of guys.
If we did, this was a good topic because if you did overrated, it's easier. I think there's a lot of overrated.
How about a guy like Austin Eckler right now? Does someone say that?
Yeah,
someone did say that.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
What about the fullback for the 49ers? What the hell is his name?
Oh,
Kyle.
Juszczyk,
yeah. Because you know what? To me, that's like the most.
How about Richard from the Ravens?
There you go.
There's not a lot of fullbacks right now.
Fullbacks are always like the underrated people. With what I mean, even think with some of
the Packers kept them alive for a while, but now they don't even bother anymore.
Yeah,
not under LaFleur.
Yeah, so a lot of underrated players out
John Kuhn.
There you go. Yeah,
there you go. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else guys pops up on you?
Jace Cavelli.
You got Levante David. Sort of forgotten about down in Tampa.
Anything else? Anybody else? No.
I'm good.
Willie?
Nope.
We got some Would You Rathers here again.
I've got some dad jokes for you. So
give me a number between 1 and 99.
69.
That's probably already been picked.
Yeah,
it's already been picked.
Yep, it's gone.
43.
43. Would you rather live in the Pokemon universe but only be able to catch one Rattata, or live in the Harry Potter universe but be a squib?
Harry Potter.
I can't remember what a squib was.
Must be not cool.
Potter.
I liked Harry Potter.
Wow. Pick another number.
22.
22.
Harry Potter.
Would you rather lose access to a smartphone for a year and get a 10% raise at work, or keep your smartphone and have the same salary?
10%. I'd just keep it.
That's what the John Deere employees just got.
10% raise?
10% raise going on strike.
Just keep the smartphone.
I'm getting a job at Don Deere then.
Don Deere.
John Deere.
And okay, go ahead. Well, give us some dad jokes. I'll go back.
All right. Hold on. My cookie stuck to it. How many South Americans does it take to plug in a light bulb?
I don't know.
A Brazilian.
Speaking of, I just got a haircut this weekend. Anyway.
Oh. Did you get the Brazilian?
Go ahead. Any more?
Yeah, I got a bunch of them.
Okay, go ahead.
What did the blanket say when it fell off the bed?
Oh, sheet. I got it right.
You got it right.
Yeah!
Nobody's ever gotten one of these right.
No.
Hey, after the divorce, my dad ended up just how he has his dessert, with no custody.
No, they only you get it right. You don't get to ring the bell. Hey, don't touch the bell.
He's gonna put
Scott's bell.
He's gonna put like a little electric charge on it. Next time he touches it, he's gonna set it over there by him going. You got another one? Yeah. Do you guys remember that joke I told you about the chiropractor?
Yeah, like it was yesterday.
It was like about a week back.
Okay. Oh,
They tell that one at Disney, that whatever show that we always go to.
it's probably the
Hoop-de-doo review.
Oh, I thought it was the.
She's like, I got a week back, and she's like, when did that happen? About a week back. So dumb.
I thought it was the Monsters Inc. show. That's always funny.
That's funny. My father-in-law got picked. He was.
I did too.
Did you?
Yeah.
And I wasn't there, but he was that guy. You know how she does
Yeah.
it. You know, and then they'll spotlight him. That guy.
No, they she kept on me because of my goatee. She's like, "Oh, look at you, Mister." What'd she call me?
I don't remember.
Mister whatever. And then it kept coming back. And then we got that guy.
That guy.
Also at the Blue Man Group, the guy spit the food in my hand.
Oh,
Blue Man
yeah.
Group one time, yeah.
How was that?
And if I was on my,
It was cheese.
It was years ago. No, it was like you ever see Blue Man Group?
No.
Oh, you never seen it? Oh, it's incredible. You ever seen it? Oh, I guess Eric's gonna choke.
I've seen highlights.
Oh, it's great. Go see it. You get a chance.
It's a good
Awesome. But they spit these like wads of stuff in each other's mouth and catch it, and they do tricks with it. It's weird because they go back. Well, then he comes out and they catch it and he spits it in my hand. I'm standing there. If I was thinking, I would have threw it in my mouth.
Oh,
I wouldn't have cared. Whatever. Whatever. But I did.
What was it? Like a cheese? You said?
it was like it looked like
HIV positive.
Gum or something. It was weird. It was like I don't know what it was, but it was weird.
Where'd you see them? Vegas?
Chicago.
Yeah.
Prior Street Theater. Yeah, you got to go
sure.
there. Go see him there. That's the original building. Yeah.
What is Moby Dick's dad's name?
Mr.
Papa
Dick.
Boner.
These are dirty jokes, Jason. This is unacceptable.
Yeah, a family show. Knock it off.
Why is it rated explicit?
Explicit? I don't know, Maleficent.
Explicit?
No more Boulevard Brew for Jace.
Go ahead. What's yours?
A book just fell on my head. I only have myself to blame. Did you know you should never brush your teeth with your left hand? A toothbrush works much better. Boom, boom.
Nice.
Do not touch must be a terrifying thing to read in Braille.
Wow.
Marvel should really use the Hulk for more advertisement. He's like a huge banner.
Wow.
It's getting icy in here.
Yeah.
Tip your waitresses. Tip your
Did
waitresses.
you guys know that Sean and I
Turn
just
out
adopted
the lights. The party's over.
Did you guys know that Sean and I just adopted a daughter of a clown? We have some really big shoes to fill.
My gosh. I thought you were telling a real story there.
I was like, wow.
Hey,
scared
did
me.
you know, according to a recent survey, 6 out of 7 dwarfs are not happy?
Yeah.
Scott's just looking at him like, because there's
He's like waiting for the punchline.
one of the dwarfs is named Happy.
Oh, okay.
And then the others
That's
have
even
different
better. Ding, ding.
The others have different names.
Okay. Don't touch the bell. I got Would You Rather, another one. You guys want to hear one?
55.
Would you rather be a millionaire or live in the world of Harry Potter?
Live in the world of Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, easily. $1 million is not even a lot of money these days.
Yeah, but why would you want to have to fight wizards and stuff?
Oh, because we can fight wizards and stuff.
Exactly.
And,
Wow.
And then Hermione.
This the
I mean, the grown-up one.
oh, not the 12-year-old when it first came out? I'm hoping you were talking about the grown-up one.
Yikes.
When I was 12. It'd be fine.
Willie's got what do you got there, Willie, for us?
I do have this day in sports.
Oh, yeah, just go ahead.
Oh,
This day
sure.
in sports,
There we
yeah.
go.
So on this day in sports, in 1917, which I remember pretty well, the National Hockey League was officially formed in Montreal, Canada.
Montreal, they call it.
Montreal.
La Habitats.
That's right, the Habitats.
Huh?
In 1957, my good friend Mickey Mantle wins the AL MVP for the second time.
Okay.
You go to school with him?
He cheated off me, so.
He was pretty good.
In 1986, what did Mike Tyson do?
Bit someone's ear.
No.
Nope.
He got knocked off by Buster Douglas.
86. He won his first fight.
He became the youngest heavyweight.
Ding, ding, ding.
I think he was like 20 years and 7 months.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. It's pretty crazy.
I can feel it coming in the air.
Oh, no.
That's right.
Come. Okay.
1986, Edmonton Oiler Wayne Gretzky becomes the 13th NHLer to score 500 goals. In 1989, what did Kirby Puckett do?
Hit a home run.
He retired.
He signed a contract for.
It was the most ever at the time.
Yep.
How much was it?
$3 million per year.
Wow.
I kind of remember that.
And then in 1991, 2 years later, the Knicks paid Patrick Ewing a record. How much for a 2-year extension?
$10 million.
$5 million.
18.8.
Oh, well, so. $9 million a year.
Yeah, that's legit.
1996, O.J. Simpson takes a stand as a hostile witness in the wrongful death lawsuit filed against him, saying it's absolutely not true. And then what did Tiger Woods do in 2006?
He won 2006 on this day?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's this day, but
got a DUI.
He backed out of his driveway and took a driver into the windshield
not that
from his
good.
wife.
He won a 7th straight PGA Grand Slam.
This late in the year?
This is November. He won his last win was the. What? That doesn't make any sense in November.
Well,
you got to think back 2006. They did things a little differently.
Yeah, but not that different.
Not that different, maybe. Maybe they did that year because they had COVID.
That was SARS.
Yeah. 2016, the Golden Knights is revealed as the Las Vegas NHL expansion team's name.
I have one. This day in the history of the world, the first national live sniping range was down in Texas. John F. Kennedy was assassinated.
It's not funny.
Too early.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, what do I have here? I've had this for like 3 weeks here. We almost done with the show. We can wait.
Yeah, using that. Yeah,
we'll talk about it after.
Closing thoughts.
Yeah.
So what? Let's go to closing thoughts. Eric, what are your closing thoughts?
My closing thoughts are, on a sad. I mean, obviously, my heart's out to the people in Waukesha and the victims and their families and all that's happened. And then on a good note, let's appreciate our families on Thanksgiving. Let's just sit down and listen to what they have to say, even your children or your elders, and just have a good Thanksgiving, eat well, and be merry, and let's just have a good holiday season.
Yep.
Be good. It's going to be better than it was last year, because last year they were telling you don't hang out with your family for Thanksgiving because you don't hang out with the elderly or whatnot. But I think most people are comfortable at this point now to do that. So I guess be thankful, right?
Heck yeah,
for what we have right now. I mean, it could be a lot worse. Could be a lot in different, but worse situations. So
yeah.
Just happy Thanksgiving. Start your Christmas shopping, Black Friday, and just be safe. And go Bears.
Yeah. We have a good Thanksgiving, and let's all stop being so cynical about things. How's that sound?
I like that idea.
How's that?
Yeah.
So once again, guys, thanks a lot tonight. Guys, you guys have a good Thanksgiving with your families, friends, whoever you're gonna hang out with. Jace, where are you going for Thanksgiving?
This house.
Oh well, if we invite you,
you get the note.
What if I don't get it?
Mailbox?
What if I don't get it? What if I don't get invited?
Oh, sorry.
Hey, at the Culver's dumpster.
Well, you have a good Thanksgiving too, Scott. I hate goodbyes.
So once again, we are the Basement Benchwarmers podcast for Eric, Willie, and Jace who stopped by. Everybody should be back next week. Everybody have a great Thanksgiving and take care.
I hate goodbyes. Sorry, folks. Park's closed.
What happened? I blacked out.
Because we did something today that no one thought we could do, including us. So we're going out, we're celebrating, and we're going to rub it in this city's face.
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome. Bye, Felicia.
Kids, there's Big Ben and there's Parliament.
I'd give them more buys and highs.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
I feel so selfish. I feel so selfish.